Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Northman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle Brust and Northman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust, alongside Packer backer, Wisconsin backer Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
You know, it was sunny out today, so I decided to have suns out, guns out today.
Not a lot of guns.
Now, it's small guns, little pistols. Boop, 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 boop. You know, everybody.
I don't even know if they're those.
No, they little pistols now. They little pistols. They might not be the big ones, but they got to pack a little punch.
Like the James Bond, like the PP7, you know, from the GoldenEye.
Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, it's not pop. It's pew, 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 pew.
I know what gun you guys are talking about. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Sitting next to me, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Rose Bowl runner-up, Rose Bowl runner-up again, AFC Championship runner-up, but now, Brookfield Central Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Now that has a ring to it.
I could not believe how it all transpired last week in terms of you getting sick and then staying sick, and we were like, Stroph's battling to get this set up as a surprise, and then we thought you were in on Thursday, and then I don't know if Stroph shared this, Cal. Stroph sent an email on Thursday before you and I and him did the show on Thursday to the athletic director saying we're on for today, and then 5 minutes later he saw Bros out, and that was the first time I've actually felt like a level of empathy towards Alex Stroph.
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn, this poor man's getting thrown around, he's trying to schedule. And
Brad didn't let us know until 11 that day? After 11?
On Thursday?
Yeah, it was
because I woke up and, me plus the household was like, this might be a little bit better of a day. And then it just, cascaded way down.
And by the way, we did something where you actually thought you were going to work, so you were put some stuff in our sheet that we might do for the day, and it was about the stocks.
And it completely got derailed.
Well,
then
you sent a voiced memo that we played on the air. Kyle and I couldn't listen to a word that you were saying because you sounded like you were dying.
Yeah, I didn't want him in on Friday.
It was reflective of how the week was of the Nortman household. It was a rough week. And that's the crazy thing is this BC Hall of Fame, which I'm so honored to be a part of, it's years in the making. So, of course, it took to the final hour, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of drama to get it announced. But not only that, all the inductees were going to be told by no later than Friday the 13th. And they waited to announce it on our show for me to be the first one to hear it. That was at 2:30. They must have taken the rest of the afternoon to scramble for the rest of you.
Oh, baby. Now this is some breaking news.
Was Alex Stroph on Sunday Karma?
There was no Sunday Karma this week.
Well, I have the official that we're able to talk about.
Oh, wow.
Alex Stroph at some point this week will be joining us on Kyle Brust and Nortman. Live from Florida.
An exclusive.
Oh, wow.
We can say why.
Right now?
Go ahead.
We can.
Oh, wow. That kid can't hold water. He can't hold water.
Yeah, he's also a couple pops deep down in Florida.
He can't.
Yeah.
Y'all go right ahead, man. Go break the news. So we're going to let everybody know Alex, we won't be hearing his voice for
He bought a house.
Yeah.
We know broke Alex Stroph ain't buying a house.
He did buy a house. He bought a house. He bought a car. He lost his freedom. Shackle. He got himself old chain and ball.
Chain and ball.
Ball and chain.
Chain and ball.
Chain and ball.
Y'all know what the ball and chain is.
Oh, yeah.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Send your congrats to the newly engaged Alex Stroph.
All right.
Can't wait to talk to him during the week sometime down in Florida. Chris Larson's in for him. Will be in for him. We'll have somebody in for Alex Stroph all week long. A big congrats to our guy who...
Forever in debt. Forever in debt.
I mean, by the way, the whole week... He was a disaster.
Oh my God!
Dude,
you should have seen him on Friday.
I wasn't here. Obviously, can you guys give me some insight?
I've never seen him so squirrely in my life, and he's
very
pretty
squirrely.
It was great. We have a pre-show meeting where we talk about, hey, what are the topics we're interested in, and making the show today. He couldn't sit down. He couldn't bring himself to bodily sit down in a chair. He was pacing. He was walking. He was talking. You could not contain the energy.
Oh, so he was in a good place because I think she was off work or something.
She took a half a day.
So
part
like
of his mastermind.
So
plan.
I just didn't. I was wondering, like, is she gonna see him? Like, because I know him. He can get really, 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 really excited.
Dude, he was out of control.
And the thing about Strofe is he can't keep a secret. He's even told us on air. He's a gossip. Everybody in the she works here. I think that might be known now. Everybody knew. Everybody knew.
The amount of times he said, "Keep it tight," like we're gonna keep this tight. I didn't tell anyone, but by the end, I could feel that everyone knew.
Dude, we had a happy hour in the market hall. That was the whole office was invited to the happy hour. I'm having a conversation with the IT guy. I hear him.
The IT guy?
Wait a minute. I'm talking to the IT guy. He's over next to me talking to a guy who works for us, Pratik Patel, who he used to, do a lot of stuff on air. They're having a conversation, talking about it. And remember, we're around our work, folks, so I don't know who knows and who doesn't know. So I go over and I said, dude, like, everybody can hear your conversation. Like, we got to get this over with. Like, we got to. I don't know. Like, I'm here. Dude, Ryan can hear, the IT guy. He can hear you talking about this engagement that you're about to do, buddy. Like, you got to be quiet. Like, everybody knew. It was the worst kept secret around the office, and somehow she didn't know.
Well, and not even just, hey, I'm going to propose. We knew the details. We knew where it was going to happen, when it was going to happen.
Exactly.
All the ruse along the way, how hard it was to get her nails done, making sure that she was dressed for the occasion. We knew every single detail. I was driving home, and when I finally got home, I knew roughly within 15 minutes what happened. I was like, I bet she's proposing right now. I bet she's doing it right now.
I already do.
It's crazy.
I got home to baby girl, and it was because he was planning on doing it around sunset, so 5:40, 5:45. And I got home to baby girl, looked at the clock, it was like 6:07. Said, "Oh, Alex is probably engaged by now." Remember Brad on Friday, because he left the show a little bit early on Friday, so we had to fake like he was still here. And on Friday, he had
Yeah. Excuse me?
I said, I mentioned Al. I said Strofe behind the glass, but I didn't
throw it to him.
I didn't throw it to him, but
he left at 4:30 to position himself for the proposal.
And he had these candles, these electronic candles that he had, and so he has them in the studio, and he says, "Brad, look."
Yeah. He's pulling. He brings
this guy, man.
Brings
He's
this
crazy.
entire tote bag of materials. He's pulling out candle, a single rose, and he pulled out.
He's like a magician.
He pulled out the ring itself. He popped it open, showed it behind the glass.
Bro, chill.
Holding it up like Simba in The Lion King. It was he wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking. He was love drunk.
He really was. I forgot about the fact that during the show on air, he was showing us the ring.
Bro, chill.
He got dressed back here in the studio here.
What?
Because he had. I got to bring my clothes because I got to have my. A normal person, he has to change the clothes like maybe at his desk, go to the bathroom. No, Strofe brought his backpack down here, changing his clothes.
And you're supposed to pretend like he's not there this entire time?
It was crazy.
He's a fool. But the funniest part to me was when he got done with Mr. Irrelevant, when he came upstairs, as Brad mentioned, he did not stop pacing. He was moving nonstop, talking fast. I'm like, bro.
All right, so all three of us were once engaged. Brad and I married. Kyle getting married this year. Were you guys like that?
No, not to that degree. I had some I can't wait to do this. But he was almost as if he wasn't sure she was going to say yes. Now, there was no doubt that she was going to say yes. Like, she's been prodding him.
Yes, we've talked about, this is it for the guy.
This is like victory formation. Like, all you got to do is snap the ball and take a knee. It's going to be a yes.
He almost did the Jordan Love and took the snap and fumbled it.
But he had
against the Saints when he tried to sneak it.
He had a level of nerves I've never seen out of somebody about to do it. I didn't experience that.
Were you more nervous before a football game like he was for this? Super Bowl. You're playing in the Super Bowl in front of
That
100 million people plus.
I was genuinely very nervous before the Super Bowl. First punt, I basically like blacked out a little bit. I was just waiting back there. I don't really remember it specifically. I felt like Strofe had that. Like he just couldn't stop. He couldn't move. That's why I can't wait to hear, because we asked him, you know what you're going to say, right? And he goes, oh, no, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer, Brad. You know me. Like, dude, that's just not going to end well. So
Send your congrats
details.
into Alex Strofe. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison.
He's not cool, calm, collected, not under control.
No.
And this is a guy that claims that he was on the cross-country team, on the soccer team, on the basketball team. I don't buy any of his baloney after what I'm hearing of how he acted.
He's shaking in his boots the whole dang time. Like I just couldn't believe it. Brad made a comment before the show on Friday saying the Kyle Wallace versus Alex Strofe, the epitome of who we are. Like me not telling a single soul.
Single
and,
soul.
And Strofe telling everybody in the world. When I say everybody, I mean everybody.
Wait, how come you didn't tell us that you had a guitar player at the beach and, had it all figured out? Like, man.
Because it's supposed to be
Because you knew we were going to get 10X from Strofe?
Well, I guess so, yeah. In my mind, I said, well, Strofe, he'll do enough for both of us. He'll definitely do enough for both of us. Strofe was just on 10. You brought up the ring thing in here in the studio. Mm-hmm. On one of these days this week, Strofe literally had the ring in his backpack all week. And he pulls it, and I said, bro, I'm getting excited for you because every time I see her and I see her walking, I know that, what's going to come on Friday.
I was looking around, too. I was like, oh, she doesn't know what's happening.
And he pulled the ring out the backpack one time in the office and showed me just with his little gangly long arm. I said, yeah, bro, put that away.
Oh, my goodness.
Chill.
Like, be normal. One time.
But no,
One time.
I was so happy for the kid.
Yeah, super cool. She looked incredibly excited. He looked relieved from the pictures we got. So it's
he looked handsome too. He looked handsome. I give him that. He looked good in the picture.
He looked cleaned up.
Yeah, he did look clean. I was proud of him.
He could possibly be.
He didn't look as skinny.
He didn't look as skinny. I don't know. I think it was the shirt.
Yeah, he got a good shirt, black shirt, so it kind of hid the tininess of his body and the bones. So he did it. I said, you look filled out. You look good, boy. We're proud of him.
Oh, what a day.
I'm glad I missed it. You know why?
Why is that?
Because I've probably been like, dude, either go home or produce the damn show. You know what I mean? I've been like, I don't need this. I don't need you pacing around here. Do you have the audio we need? Like, who's our guest today? Like, he'd be like, I don't know.
You could feel that just piercing out of the producer's room.
And then you double the fact that Brad had his surprise as well, so he was just falling.
Yeah,
it was the Brookfield Hall of Fame surprise.
It was full day on that Friday.
I have anxiety thinking about you guys dealing with this Friday, and I was off Friday.
Yeah, it was. It was
probably. It really is probably best
that I wasn't here. I agree.
Yeah, you would have been annoyed by him.
Yeah,
100%.
Very annoyed.
And it's like a big day, and I wouldn't have cared because I'm like, I got a job to do.
Yeah, it was kind of. I didn't get too much from Strofe that day.
No,
I don't think we just me and Brad
we just kind of just put our head down and.
He
knew he was going to do his best.
Brad's parents called in, Lexi called in, which was great, but I don't think Strofe asked any questions of either of them.
No.
He normally is jumping in wanting to be the star the star of Brad's stardom.
Yeah, he just threw him in there. He just threw him in there and had him fend for himself. So, wow.
Yeah, great day for KBN Nation.
What a day for KBN Nation.
So Kyle's getting married this year, and then we'll figure out plans for Strofe. And I mean, I know now that I am going to bully him into having 5 fans there, and I'm gonna be doing so much with his wedding.
He foolishly will say yes.
I'm eager to see if he'll actually ask you to be the best man.
He will not.
Or
do
in the
that.
wedding.
He'll ask you to be in a wedding potentially.
I think he will.
As part of a show bit, he
would.
would. You're his favorite around here.
As part of a show bit, he would ask me to be a part of the wedding. But I'm telling you guys right now, I will say no matter what.
No, you should say yes. You got to be all in.
Almost for the content, you have to.
Yeah,
you have to go on Strope's bachelor party.
Oh yeah,
and you have to coordinate Strope's bachelor party.
Yeah, Okay. Hey, babe, I'm gonna leave you home with our daughter because I have to go to Strope's bachelor party for a show bit.
Yeah, which is probably going to be somewhere in I don't even know where Strope's bachelor party would be.
He's going to take you right to Green Bay. He loves the streets of Green Bay.
In
Denmark. Yeah. This local bar because he knows the mayor there,
Put off at Chili's and go from there.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to Alex Strofe at some point throughout the week while he's gallivanting across Florida as a newly engaged man. It's Kyle Bruston-Ortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Send your congrats in to Alex Strofe, the newly engaged man, at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line, or drop a note on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I'm sure he'll watch back and see all of your congratulations there. Giannis Antetokounmpo, without playing, I don't know if it's just because, like, it's my timeline and I'm local to here, but it did seem like more than local. Giannis was the star of All-Star Game weekend. I mean, I saw the Freak Gummies with Candy Funhouse that he's giving to players.
His kids were just so adorable.
We see his kids talking about Wemby being better than him, and all. I mean, Giannis was everywhere. Not to mention, he gave a little bit of update on where he is with his future with the Milwaukee Bucks. So, Giannis at All-Star Game weekend coming up next on Kyle Bruston-Ortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston-Ortman, KBN.
Homer. This might be the dumbest thing that he has to have said in his career.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffel, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Will Summers. Nigel James Jr. and Royce Parham delivered star-level performances, but Marquette came up short in a 96-88 loss at Xavier. James poured in 30 points with 12 assists, including 20 in the second half, while Parham added 24 points and 10 rebounds for his second straight double-double.
To Parham, he's going to go to the basket and lay it up and in. Marquette within 6, as close as they've been.
The Golden Eagles will look to bounce back as they'll host 17th-ranked St. John's on Wednesday.
Network Health knows that good health knows no age limit. That's why they offer superior local health plans for individuals of all generations. Whether you're a young professional, a growing family, or enjoying your golden years, plan is designed to meet your unique healthcare needs. For more about Network Health's business, individual, or Medicare Advantage plans, call Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. This Marquette Minute is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is the official viewing party location for Marquette road games this season.
The Golden Eagles couldn't close in a 96-88 defeat at Xavier on Saturday afternoon. Marquette was able to cut it to 87-83 with just over 2 minutes left, but could not overcome Xavier's hot shooting. Here's head coach Shaka Smart after the loss.
They made 11 threes in the first half, which is altogether too many. And once you give a team that type of rhythm, it's much, much harder to slow them down. I thought our defensive effort was better in the second half. And obviously offensively, we were able to get a lot of things going in the second half, but way too big of a hole.
Marquette will now look to play spoiler as they return home to host 17th-ranked St. John's on Wednesday night.
This Marquette Minute is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings is the official viewing party location for Marquette road games this season. Check out the Golden Eagles watch party schedule at gomarquette.com/BWW.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Many wins. Many wins. events waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, no Alex Strofe. Congrats to him and his fiance on their engagement.
Let's go.
So Chris Larson is stepping in, running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line.
I'm a man now.
Less is more.
Man of the house.
And you can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Giannis Antetokounmpo was a star in All-Star Game weekend, which he did not play in, obviously, as he's recovering from his calf injury. But again, I really enjoyed seeing all the clips of his kids and even Thanasis and him coaching up the All-Star Game for the celebrities. I mean, he was everywhere. He's handing out gummies. He's hanging with Dame Lillard after the three-point contest. Like, he was a star. He also talked about his future in the NBA and what he's committed to.
As of today, I'm committed to the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm committed to the people that I work with, my teammates, the coaching staff, Coach Duck, and John in the front office. What I've said from the beginning of this year is that out of my mouth and the way I've carried myself, you will never hear me say I don't want to be a Milwaukee Buck. When you've had a bite of a really good steak, and all of a sudden you go to somewhere else, so time goes by and you're just having the big steaks in front of you and it's just like not good, and you know how that steak feels. You want that steak again. But that's where you got to come to the realization that what if that feeling is, I won't feel it again and stay in Milwaukee, and are you okay with that? And the answer is no, I'm not.
So there's a lot to take in there, and that was almost two parts, just to be clear. The beginning of the interview and the end of the interview. The beginning, as of today, I'm committed to the Milwaukee Bucks. At the end, again, do you want to go into that part? Because I feel like when I looked around, there wasn't anybody talking about a piece of steak, and if it's going to be able to be found in Milwaukee, which AKA is a nice piece of steak that he's tasted before, which is an NBA championship, and will he taste that steak again, which is a second championship?
Yeah, first of all, outstanding analogy by Giannis. Wow, I mean, you can experience that right alongside him, but Giannis has this gene in him where he just almost, it's like he can't lie. It's almost like liar, liar, where it's like he cannot tell a lie. That's what I feel like with Giannis, because every time a microphone is put in front of him, he makes it clear that he wants another championship. He's going to do whatever it takes to go get that another championship, whether it's in Milwaukee or elsewhere. And he's tactful. He's not brash with it. He's saying all the right things, like the qualifier as of today. Well, that is factually true. I'm a Milwaukee Buck. I'm committed. I would never doubt his commitment as long as he's on the roster and part of the organization. But you'll never hear me say I don't want to be a Buck, but you might hear him say I need to go elsewhere in order to get a second champion, which he values more.
Steak. Second steak.
He needs that delicious, juicy red steak that he's talking about. And I think here in Milwaukee, I think it's either all overdone, it's grade B beef, it's ground beef. You're not going to be able to have any top-line steak, which Giannis has that taste for now, which is the problem.
Yeah, as of today, y'all, I'm committed to KBN. Just today. Good Karma Brands. Just today.
What about your baby girl?
Just today. Paying my We Energies bills. Just today. Paying my mortgage. Just today. I ain't paying them student loans back. Now, that I ain't never committed to. But my whole point is this. Is as of today, that gives you no sense of confidence that Giannis actually wants to be in Milwaukee. When you actually want to be somewhere and you feel like regardless of what happens around you, the circumstances change, you're not going to sway away from where you want to be. And so when Giannis says as of today, he is letting everybody know in the state of Wisconsin, the city of Milwaukee, and within that organization, as of today, yeah, I'm good where I'm at. But things can change. And when this offseason comes, do the Milwaukee Bucks have a chance to keep Giannis? I'm sure there's a slim chance, but summertime ain't today. It's February right now. Come June, he may not want to be in Milwaukee, and I think that's
as of June.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that's the thing is that's what fans have to realize. So when you hear Giannis talk about this, some fans see it as, yeah, see, he likes being here. You obviously are a short-sighted individual that does not have self-confidence and not understanding that somebody who says as of today does not mean they're locked in with you. And so for me, when I hear this from Giannis, I think the saga still continues because what we know is going to happen this summer. And if Giannis gets asked around, the playoff time, he does an interview and they say, well, Giannis, are you going to be a Milwaukee Buck? Well, as of today, I am. But as soon as the offseason starts, he may request a trade. So that's what I'm saying. Fans should not be confident that Giannis wants to stay in Milwaukee at all.
Yeah, and especially when he starts talking about that analogy, right, where he wants to hear or he wants to be able to be a part of a championship team. He's tasted the best possible steak, and he wants to taste that again. And he even said, what if the question is you can't get that in Milwaukee anymore, which is a very real question because this team is not championship caliber. And he says, no, I'm not okay with it. That says everything you need to know. The more he talks, the more a microphone is put in front of his face, the more I'm convinced in whether it be we just passed the trade deadline, but whether it be in short order or at some point here in the near future, he's going to be on a different team because he wants to compete for a championship. You can't argue against that, and he's going to have to go elsewhere to do that.
I think all it means is he knows what he's doing. He is part of the Milwaukee Bucks, and he knows that, right? The trade deadline's come and gone. The last thing he's going to do is change gears at this point. But he also lets you know that, if Milwaukee isn't the place when he gets to a point where he wants to win a second championship, he's not going to be here. And I think that's fair. Again, it's all fair. I don't think anything he's doing is wrong. Committing himself to the team that he's part of right now is everything who he's been since he's been in the league. He's been loyal to a fault at times. But at the same time, if he looks at the team and he looks at it in a way where he doesn't feel like he's going to win a second championship, then you have to ask yourself in the offseason, if you're a Bucks fan or the Bucks front office, is he worth assets or is he worth just keeping until free agency? Because it likely is going to be, they're on a spot. We know this. They don't have assets. So I do want to hear from Mark in New Berlin because he turned on Aaron Rodgers, and I can already feel the Mark in New Berlin carbless talk and text line call comparing him to Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career. Am I right, Mark?
You're absolutely right. First of all, happy Monday. And another thing, he's a 7-foot Greek Aaron Rodgers. Exactly. It's all about him. I'm going to hand out gummy bears. I'm going to hand out, I'm going to take my kids with a Wembyana. Maybe I'll put a Wembyana jersey on them. What is going on? When are the fans going to see he's a COVID champion. He's Aaron Rodgers. You got to get rid of him.
Mark.
You got to get rid of him. There's no way. He's a choker. And tell me he's not a choker. You guys convince me he's not a choker. He's about stats. Oh, I love my teammates. I love Milwaukee. He got Damian Lillard kicked out. He got Drew Holiday kicked out. They didn't even tell Drew Holiday when they traded him. He got Bud kicked out. He got that first-year coach that coached like a half a game kicked out. He doesn't care about the players. All he cares about the nasty, his brother Eric, so they're all together. It's a joke. You've got to get rid of this guy. He's a COVID champion. He's a choker.
Right, Mark, enough out of you, Mark.
He's not a COVID champion.
Not a COVID champion, but when he did say Drew Holiday woke up to being traded.
They ain't had nothing to do with Giannis. Giannis didn't know either. Giannis was just a surprise. They kept it away from him.
Giannis didn't know either, quotes.
That's what they claim. They said Giannis didn't know. They had to keep it away from him.
Bud being gone had nothing to do with Giannis?
I don't know.
Adrian Griffin being gone?
I didn't say that.
I was just saying he didn't tell all lies, but COVID championship was a lie.
The COVID championship was an absolute lie. I can't believe. And calling my boy a choker, my boy is not a choker.
He's not a choker. He just can't stay healthy in the postseason when they really need him. That's the biggest thing that's gotten in the way of championships, at least since the finals that they're actually.
That would be a rational reason to get rid of him before he ends up breaking down. Trade him now before he breaks it down potentially.
Let's go to Soren in Heartland on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Soren, you're up on KBN.
Hey guys, I don't know. I could be mistaken. I don't know if I ever heard you guys talk about this, but how much of a different position are we in if we still have Dame right now? I know he would still be out. I know his Achilles would still be gone, but does this change at all the decision of Giannis? I just haven't thought about that much until now. I don't know if I've heard you guys talk about that. Also, I hate that Josh DiMaggio guy.
Soren, you're the best. Thank you on the Carbless Talking text line. Here's the way I look at it is this year would still be without Dame, and next year Dame would be even older, coming off an Achilles injury.
36 next year.
Yeah,
out of his prime.
But I don't.
But like, his contract would be so big, it'd be taking up space from building around Giannis that, like, again, I don't see how that would be appealing to the future of him winning a second championship.
Well, you probably don't have Miles Turner, so the team's probably worse. Maybe you're better situated for a draft pick, but you don't have him going forward. I don't think Dame's going to be the transcendent player that he ever was. He can still shoot it, but Giannis will further look at this team and say they're not championship caliber. Giannis knows what it takes to win a championship, and I think from top down, even if Dame was selling the team, you take off Miles Turner, they're just leagues and leagues away from being a top dog.
I do think it would be a little different conversation about Dame if he was on the roster, just overall health. I think Giannis, the convincing of Giannis could be different because, as you mentioned, Brad, the team still would not be good. They may be worse because you're missing Miles Turner, who isn't having a great season, but still a body and somebody. He's a good player, really good player in the NBA. And so you're still probably struggling right now, but at least you can say, well, we're going to get this pick, and Dame's going to be back, right? And so it gives you a little bit more of a bargaining chip when you're trying to get Giannis to convince him to stay. Well, we still have this guy coming off this injury, plus we'll add this first-round pick. So it may have changed the conversation just a little bit, but I do believe once you trade Dame, it kind of makes Giannis more hopeless because now he doesn't look to his left and see another superstar.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a good point, right? If there's somebody of, like, brand value of, like, a name, like, it definitely wouldn't hurt the sales pitch. But then he'd also, like you said, is smart enough to realize what it took to get the stake. And if he wants another stake, a.k.a. a second championship, as he said in his words, once you get a taste of that steak, you just want more.
What an analogy.
The Bucks is the steak and shake right now.
Cameron East, Troy, you're on the Carbless Talking text line with KBN.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Howdy.
Hey.
I was just trying to bring up the fact that, and him and his brothers have brought up this fact as well, that all part of, like, integrity, right? He's been with Greece, and he's loved his country. He's going to do everything for them. He's been in Milwaukee. He's had his kids in Milwaukee. I mean, he's doing all these things, et cetera, gummies and whatever. You can take that as you want it. But the guy absolutely wants to keep a home, and I feel like the whole integrity thing, he's not going to strive away from it. And I feel like this whole, everybody talking about, day by day, whatever, this, and that. And I feel like that's a whole lot of media situation, like, Shams throwing out whatever he can and, what he wants. But as a legit Bucks fan for a long time, I got a feeling that this man really wants to stay and keep his integrity with the team that's grown with him and, keep that family together.
Then why say day to day?
But I don't disagree with Cameron. I think in Giannis's ideal world, he would absolutely love to be a Milwaukee Buck. But in the same sentence, Cameron, that you're mentioning about integrity, I think that's from Thanasis on the Thanasis show, his brother's podcast. Talks about where's the integrity, right? What happened? We don't talk to anybody like Thanasis talked about him and Giannis. On that same very podcast, he talked about how his number one goal is to win a second championship moving forward. So both are in play, and I think as a Bucks fan, you should have to ask yourself, and I'll continue to say this. If the Milwaukee Bucks provide Giannis the best chance to win a second championship, he will stay undoubtedly. But if he has doubts about that, he's going to continue to test the waters. Like Giannis did post, I'm not leaving, from the Wolf of Wall Street after the trade deadline. But if you really felt that way, this all could have been put aside before the trade deadline.
Yeah, and I think he does want to be a Buck, and I think that integrity comment, maybe it was at Shams and at...
From Michael in the 414 account. Not even steak and shake, they're tube steak.
Tube steak?
I don't even know what that is.
I think that's just like the astronaut food.
That's right. It's gross. It's gross. So he might want to be a Buck, but I just think that, the competitive nature and the desire for greatness and the desire for legacy, it just outweighs it. I mean, could anybody listening imagine if you were the top end of your field, whatever you do for a living, you're the top 5 in the world of doing it, but you have to do it with a bunch of like college kids. Like, I mean, you're just like, I am wasting my skills if I can't do it with the best and be able to be my best while doing it.
Tube steak is a common American slang for a hot dog or a frankfurter.
Oh, that's because it's a tube. You put it in the casing. And
there you go, Brad.
Throw it in there.
There you go, Brad.
You ever heard of that? You ever heard of a hot dog, Kyle?
Yeah, don't eat them. Don't eat them.
800-990-3776. Giannis stars in the All-Star Game weekend. But I think it's fair from Cameron and East Troy, like of thinking to himself that Giannis wants to be a Milwaukee Buck.
But
undoubtedly.
And to Cameron and East Troy, I appreciate you listening, but Cameron, like, if somebody continues to tell you, I'm here, I'm day to day, as of right now, right? If somebody's committed long term, I've never once in my life said, I'm here, I'm at GKB as of right now. No, I plan on being here.
Forget that. Just ask Cameron if his wife said that to him when she woke up with him every day.
You should ask him that. You was all nice with Cameron. Oh, Cameron, I feel you. I hear you.
Cameron, call back. I'll ask you the question. Let's see how you feel.
Well, Cameron, I want to know how Cameron feels about that.
You would be living paranoid if Lexi said, as of today, we're married and I'm committed.
I'll be asking, what would you mean as of today? Yeah. What you mean as of today? I didn't pay for that ring. I already put all these deposits down. I need to know now.
I see your calls on the Carbless Talking text line. We'll stay on Giannis from All-Star Weekend and his future and how much he wants to win a second championship and how much he also wants to be a Milwaukee Buck. Cameron's calling back in. That's wonderful. 800-990-3776. More next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Call me daddy.
That just sounds...
It's just, yeah.
Like...
Call me daddy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 0% financing for 36 months plus $500 off your project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you. With 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? they'll take care of it. Dented bumper, scratch paint, Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco, Fisco, Fisco.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Hurricane damage can be devastating. If you've been impacted by a hurricane, the last thing you want is to be taken advantage of. Contractors who show up immediately following a disaster could be scammers looking to make a profit off your insurance claim. They make promises that sound too good to be true to convince you to sign a contract. Don't be victimized a second time. Listen to your gut and don't be afraid to say no. If you suspect fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Soren chimes in. Where's Strofe today? Hopefully working out. Definitely not working out. He got engaged on Friday, so send your congrats to Alex Strofe. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman here. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Chris Larson running the show. Now we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo in the All-Star weekend. Really having a great weekend overall. Owning it, having fun. And he talked with Malika Andrews about his current status and what he's looking for in his future. We'll start with how he's committed to the Milwaukee Bucks.
As of today, I'm committed to the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm committed to the people that I work with, my teammates, the coaching staff, Coach Duck, and John in the front office. What I've said from the beginning of this year is that out of my mouth and the way I've carried myself, you will never hear me say I don't want to be a Milwaukee Buck.
That's the first part of his interview. The way it ends, I think, is also interesting. Chris?
When you've had a bite of a really good steak, and all of a sudden you go to somewhere else, so time goes by and you're just having the big steaks in front of you and it's just like not good, and you know how that steak feels, you want that steak again. But that's where you got to come to the realization that what if that feeling is, I won't feel it again and stay in Milwaukee, and are you okay with that? And the answer is no, I'm not.
So to clarify, I want to make sure I'm hearing this right. He would not be okay if he's never feeling that feeling again in Milwaukee?
Yes.
Is that what he said?
He's asking himself, if I never have
get
that
another
feeling
steak
again, am I okay with it? He could have just stopped there. But he answered his own question and said, no, I'm not. So he didn't even leave us guessing.
So that's where we got into our discussion here about Giannis. And again, even as of today, the more I hear the as of today, like, you're right. As of today, like, you're right. Like, as of today, what? Obviously, as of today, you're on the team.
Especially when you've had clear tension. Like, there was obviously teams that were sending trade offers to the Milwaukee Bucks.
And counter proposals.
So right now you're going to therapy with your significant other, and then the therapist asks, are you guys committed to each other? And he says, well, as of today. Well, bro, that doesn't mean you're committed for a lifetime. It just means
it's a little bit easier to get out of a basketball team in the NBA than it is a divorce.
So is.
And it's one of those things of like what minimal media training we got as like players. They said like you should have short answers. Have short answers because the longer you talk, the more you're just going to stumble on, like, actually feeling what you're going to say. I feel like he did that. He said, as of today, huge qualifier, but he said all the right things.
But also, I think he's at the point in his career where he can say however he feels.
It's true. You're right. I totally agree with that. And it's always reflective of, like, if someone keeps on talking, I think they stumble into what's actually on their heart and on their mind. And he did that at the end of it, talking about the stake and how he wouldn't be satisfied if he's never on a championship team.
Let's bring back in Cameron, because Cameron, you're up on Kyle Bruston-Nortman again, because apparently I was too soft on you, according to Kyle.
Yeah, he was too soft on you, Cameron, because you, as we all heard him say, as of today, Cameron, I want to know, like, if, as he said, if your wife or significant other said, as of today we are dating, or as of today I'm happy, what would that make you feel?
So, how long has Giannis been with the Bucks?
Since 2013.
13 years.
Okay, so I've been with my wife. We just got married back in June.
Congratulations.
We've been together after, high school. So we graduated in 2017.
Really
my wife came up to me. Yeah, so it was a whole college situation. Don't bring that part up.
I won't.
But so pretty much, the way that I'm going to be saying this is, if I waited that long for me and my wife to get married, and there obviously were ups and downs and things of that nature, there was never the quote unquote saying, I'm feeling something else. I might, today, I'm going to play it by day. Obviously, we did not say that to each other. But for the love of my life, I would do anything to make sure that she stays with me. And if there was any chance that I could make sure that she stays happy with me and I can, provide that happiness, I'm going to, make sure that happens, kind of thing.
So I agree with what Cameron's saying. The opportunity that Cameron has is he doesn't have a salary cap, a stretched Damian Lillard that they've waived that they're paying money for. They don't have
they brought
assets.
in Cam Thomas, who is Cam Thomas is a really good restaurant, but he ain't a 5-star restaurant. He ain't we need Michelins around Giannis. He ain't no Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah, Cameron and his wife, the equivalent is they both kind of nibbled on some different steaks for a second just to see what it tasted like.
Whoa, Brad.
Wait a minute.
Well,
Cameron,
Cameron, Kyle, and Ben do not stand by that.
Okay. No, she did. She nibbled on one steak since 2017.
Well, what's the equivalent of trade talk then? Looking at the menu?
Sure, I guess you didn't have to go nibble.
I ain't talking about that,
Cameron,
man.
I apologize. That was too far.
That is unlike Brad. Why did you do that?
His wife nibbled?
You better apologize.
They both nibbled.
We don't know that, but for you to jump to that conclusion is insane.
His wife ain't listening and say, honey, wait, you nibble what?
I'm trying to figure out what the trade
him.
equivalent of steaks is. Maybe they just looked at the menu. But I wouldn't feel good if at the moment you're sort of looking at other restaurants, if then in the wake of that you said,
Brad, you're done.
I can't.
You're done. You're done.
Sorry, Cameron.
You're done.
No offense.
That was
be not happy
wild.
if Lexi was nibbling.
Nibble.
They're both nibbling everywhere.
Could you imagine your girl saying, yeah, I want to get back together. I had my nibble. What do you mean you had your nibble? Yeah, we're good. We moved past it, right? No.
It was just a nibble.
What the hell did you nibble on? What are you talking about?
Brad, I can't believe you right now.
I don't know.
Let's go to Pepper and Waukesha. Pepper, you're on the Carbless Talk and Text on. Cameron, I apologize for that.
Sorry, Cameron.
Hey, guys. So, one point I want to make right away. With Giannis out of the lineup, if you watch the Bucks play, there is a flow, there is a lot of sharing, and they're playing efficient basketball. He needs to be a complement to that. This dribbling up the court and then maybe driving all the way to the hoop and whatever, it's just stagnation as far as the offense goes.
So you think if Giannis comes back, he shouldn't be the focal piece. He should be playing within the offense.
He should play within the offense, and that's going to make him even stronger because he's going to be able to work off of what's going on the court. Instead of it sitting there with him and the ball dies, it's like with Middleton, a couple years back. Dribble, fade away shot. We don't need that. The teams that are successful are the teams that play together.
Pepper, here's what I'll add. I think I could hear your argument if they weren't ass. You know what I mean? If the Bucks didn't suck, I'd say, yeah, like, so here's the thing. If Giannis does...
Why do you think...
Sorry, you're cutting in and out.
Why suck?
Huh?
Why do you think they suck?
Why do I think they suck? They're battling for a play-in game.
Right, but a lot of that had to do with him playing with them.
So why don't?
But no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Wait a minute. Remember, Giannis got hurt. I want to say in November or December, and he missed 10 to 12 games, and they were abysmal during that time. And he was looking because the trade rumors were coming at that time about Giannis.
He also got hurt,
and he was hurt. He was out, and we wanted to see kind of how the team was going to play without Giannis. And after he came back from that first injury, the team went with like 3-10 without him or something like that.
It's just recently that they've sort of won some games. They're not really beating superior opponents either. I think Giannis doesn't trust these guys. I think if you say, Giannis, go be a part of the offense, I don't
just
think
can't believe we've gotten to a point now where we're telling one of the top 5 players in the world that he needs to play within an offense of a team playing for the play-in, but also potentially bad enough without him to be in the lottery.
Yeah, it's a long way.
8-15 without Giannis Antetokounmpo in the lineup for the entire year. 8-15, but he needs to come back and play within the offense and the flow of how these guys play. Now, what I was saying from Pepper's point is, like, if he went and played with other superstars, right? Say he goes somewhere else with, multiple guys that aren't Cam Thomas and Bobby Portis and Miles Turner and KPJ and Ryan Rollins, I would say, yeah, maybe he needs to change the way he's playing with superstars. But when they suck, 8-15 without him, and are average with him in the lineup, I'm just confused now. I'm really confused how that could be a take. Is that I can't believe you're not baffled by this.
Well, I mean, obviously, fans are grasping.
We're grasping right now
because of the fact that we're trying to figure out what's wrong with this team. And when you have hope, that's what you do. You say, "Oh wow, the team was able to beat a bad Chicago Bulls team, a very bad New Orleans Pelicans team, an Indiana team. Oh, OKC, they beat OKC, and again, Orlando win, very impressive." But when you see that happen and you see the team starting to win without Giannis, you already all of a sudden think, "Okay, well they're competitive." No. They beat bad teams, right? Outside of Orlando, all those teams in OKC, they didn't have their boy Shea, but they didn't beat great teams.
But also, can we not look back at the last 3 years when they've had better teams? What's happened in the playoffs? They haven't made it out of the first round, so I don't know how you could watch this team right now and think that if he comes back, he's got to play within the flow and they'll be better. I'm lost now. I am so lost.
Yeah.
Consider me lost.
Fans are okay with being competitive because
as long as Giannis is a Milwaukee Buck,
and
the
that's what it comes
of
down
losing
to.
him.
Yeah, because you think you still have a chance to win a title, but I don't think the realization has finally hit us. Which Ben, you were perfect with that. Is that even with Giannis and even with having, Dame wasn't healthy, but having these guys here, you believe that the Bucks can do something.
I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy. I'm going over to Potawatomi Sportsbook to see where they're at in odds to win the NBA championship, and they are still. Yep,
6,000
plus 100,000.
Oh
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah, they're
100,000.
They're with
what does
the
$10
Nets.
bet win you?
Wow.
That would be
1,000, right?
$10 would be 10,000.
10,000. Think Homer would take that bet again?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would. It's $10.
I'd take that bet.
You take that bet? I'm not betting this year.
Come on, because let me tell you,
$10,000.
Bucks to win a championship, 10 to win $10,000. Brad.
$10,000, Kyle. Are you good for that? If we have the bet,
I can find it. I can ask a couple people.
I'll hedge it with you. I'll take 5. You take 5. We'll come up with $5,000 each.
Yeah, we'll come
in the
up with
miracle.
Yeah.
Hell, it'll be the greatest $5,000 I ever spent.
Now I got to move on from Giannis. I'm so confused how we got to he needs to play within the flow of this team.
Yeah, because fans are looking for something. Again, I get it.
I know I get it too, but this is bad. These are bad conversations to have when grasping, as he needs to play within the offense with Ryan Rollins, KPJ, Osmang, Zhang, and
Zhang.
Things get crazy after you nibble a little bit.
Cam Thomas.
It's fun. I will say it is fun.
Watching Cam Thomas ball is kind of fun.
It's not fun, Kyle.
No,
it's not fun.
Zhang, listen,
fun is competing for championships.
I didn't know who Usman was before. I like him.
How many games has he played as Buck? 4?
3 or 4.
3?
Yeah. In the last.
Kyle, you fall in love quickly, man.
No, he's played very well, and he's
young
guy with potential. He has a lot of size. Like what he's done with the Bucks so far, it's like, oh wow, this is impressive. I see why OKC is good. They know how to draft. I'm dead serious. They know how to draft and develop guys, and he just couldn't find any time because they have a loaded roster.
Brad thinks Gutey needs to go outside his comfort zone as we head into the offseason for the Green Bay Packers. I agree. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
But I got a bone to pick with Strofe next. More
bone
questions?
to pick? I have a question, yeah.
How are babies made?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Wisconsin Lutheran junior forward Cager Knippel. Knippel delivered the best performance of his season, pouring in a career-high 31 points while shooting 63% from the field, marking his third straight game with at least 15 points as the unbeaten Vikings continue their dominant run. The younger brother of Charlotte Hornets rookie star Con Knippel, Cager has drawn significant Division I recruiting interest of his own as he continues to elevate his game for Wisconsin Lutheran, who remains undefeated and nationally ranked as the postseason approaches. Congratulations to Cager Knippel, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-939-2525. That's 800-939-2525. 800-939-2525.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Big congrats to Alex Strofe, our producer, who's out this weekend getting engaged. Chris Larson's in for him. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Giannis Antetokounmpo had a big weekend at All-Star Weekend, bringing his kids, talking about his future. But in the offseason for the Green Bay Packers, it shifts to Brian Gutekunst. This is his time to shine. Give Matt LaFleur the pieces he needs to be successful. And each year, we talk about the Mendoza line, which is 30. The age of a player that is not allowed to be on the Green Bay Packers unless they're the kicker. Are they going to get a veteran? Or are they going to keep doing this youngest team in the NFL and we're not going to go outside of what we've been doing the last 3 years?
I mean, Gutey's going to have to go outside of his comfort zone for roster building if the Packers are going to be serious Super Bowl contenders. And a lot of that is going past the dreaded Mendoza line, of a 30-year-old player. Most other teams that you look at across the league, even really good teams that are contending for Super Bowls. Look at Cooper Kupp and the Seattle Seahawks. Not to say that's like the perfect example because he was down statistically, but there is a place for veteran players that are past their prime, and you can go ahead and plug them in place for depth, for for coaching younger players and all that. Because the way I look at it is, Gutey, the only way this team can become a Super Bowl contender, he gets outside of his comfort zone, starts, for a discount, starts signing older players because there's not a whole lot of ways to clear up all the holes in their roster that the Packers have. No first-round draft pick, even though he has stunk at first-round drafting, it's a huge asset. Normally, you would expect a first-round draft pick come in and be a starter. They don't have that. They don't have a whole lot of cap space. The only way to create cap space is to get rid of guys that are either starters or significant playing time, thus creating more holes. So you're talking about probably 10 to 12 guys. 10 to 12 guys that you got to have in and be legit contributors, and that's not even considering special teams and things like that. So this year, normally I'm for what Gutey thinks about age, right? I always thought that there's a place for veterans, but I'm like, I get it. It's a young man's game. You're more likely to get hurt. You lost a step. I get why he did it. But I'm here to say this is the year that Gutey has to pierce that veil. And if you're talking about guys on the D-line, because the D-line has so little depth of Joey Bosa or Calais Campbell, Khalil Mack, or even
Bradley Chubb.
Even in the secondary, there's some guys that are coming out. I could list names, but most of you don't know them because even I don't know most of them. But guys that are in their late 20s, early 30s that you might be able to get for $4 million, $5 million, they could come in and be the nickel that Nate Hobbs can't be, or the fourth cornerback. So you have to throw Bo Melton in there. It's such an easy
or compete against Carrington Valentine.
Yeah, I mean exactly. There are so many good reasons to have older vets in the locker room and on the field. Every good team I was a part of had that. Now it wasn't the main meat of the meal, but it was a part of it. So Gutey, this is the year where first round draft picks, you don't have it. You don't have a lot of cap space. You have major holes in your roster. You have a lot of depth. Gutey, this is the year to sign some veterans.
Okay. Hang on now. Let's dive deeper into this because not only does he have to go outside his comfort zone on, in your opinion, on some of these older potential veterans that he could bring in. We've talked at length about the potential free agents that they have that they may not bring back. They don't have a first-round draft pick. They missed on Hobbs and Banks in free agency last year. The offensive line likely is going to be a lot different next year. How does Gutey do all of that? And do you have the faith that he can do all of that this offseason? 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. We want to hear from you. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman back in 2 minutes across ESPN Wisconsin.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
A big upcoming offseason for one Brian Gutekunst. A lot of Green Bay Packers are going to hit free agency. Will they bring some back? Will they let some go? Will they restructure Aaron Banks, Nate Hobbs, Sean Gary, Josh Jacobs? There's a lot of things that can be done this offseason. But they're also going to have to replace a lot, and they don't have a first-round draft pick. So how do they make this team better in 2026 than they were in 2025? We ask you that at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. Of course, we're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. It's Kyle Brust and Ortman. Brad, I go to you as the former NFLer who's trying to piece this puzzle together. I'm confused, and I say this to Jason Wilde every single time. I don't know how. And again, the one thing that I will say is I'm not asking for depth because I think with where they're at, I know depth hurt them last year, but it's near impossible to build a perfect roster, right? There's a salary cap, and you've leveraged yourself with Micah Parsons, which is great, right? He's a cheat code when healthy, when he gets back there. Jordan Love, his cap hit won't be as big as it will in the future, but it's going to be significant, right? But you sign and have two major players, a quarterback and an edge rusher on your team. But how do you fill out the rest?
Well, that's where becomes the most important offseason for Brian Gutekunst in his career as a Green Bay Packers general manager. Because
how? He just got extended.
Well, he might not feel the urgency, but if he wants that championship window in Jordan Love's prime, this is the time to do it. And he's going to have to utilize everything in the toolkit. I mean, he's going to have to sign older players, something that he's not willing to usually do, but you're going to have to try to find a diamond in the rough who's past 30, past their prime. You maybe sign them for $5, $4, $6 million, something like that, to where they can come and contribute and actually help lift up the guys around them. So it's older players. You got to nail rounds 2 through 5. You don't have your first round draft pick. You have to absolutely nail 2 through 5. And what do the Packers and him tend to do in the first round that I do not want to see this year? Go for potential. Go for the guy with the high ceiling, but you want to develop him. Gutey, you can't do that. You got to get the guy who's ready, who's proven in college football, that can come in and contribute. And the final part is thinking about, this blueprint that the Seattle Seahawks had, right? They've drafted super well, and then everybody matures together to create a really good team. You're just going to have to trust that in these previous drafts, these guys arrive. Again, I'm not using the word take a next step, that these guys arrive.
Who specifically?
Lucas Van Ness. He needs to arrive. Colby Wooden needs to arrive. You need Edger and Cooper and guys like Evan Williams to not just be starters, but they need to be like knocking on the door of All-Pro. So you need the guys that have been disappointments, like Lucas Van Ness. I don't expect him to be All-Pro, but he's got to be a force. He's got to be a legit starter. And the guys that you've seen flashes of, they got to arrive as like legit stars. That's the only way I can see this actually happening and have this team be Super Bowl caliber.
Yeah, the thing about it, when I look at the free agency, this roster, as it was put together last season, was not good enough. So when I see that they have a lot of free agents, and none of us are saying, well, they got to get this guy back, they got to get this guy back.
Was not good enough. But yeah, I think with Micah and Tucker, you've made the argument, and many have, that they were good enough.
I made the argument because I got to the point after watching, right, because now the season is over. You get to evaluate exactly who was out there, who was your competition. And I think it is very clear based off of record, based off of performance, and based off consistency that the Seattle Seahawks were the best team in football. The best team in football won the Super Bowl. My Green Bay Packers, even when they were healthy, were not the most consistent team. And so I can't sit sit here and act like the Packers were going to win the NFC North if they had Tucker Kraft and Michael Parsons. We'll never know. But I can't sit here without any type of shadow of a doubt to think that the Packers are going to win a Super Bowl. So if you were not good enough with the roster that you had, guess what? Now you need to find a way to upgrade from the guys that you lost, because there's nobody that the Packers are losing this offseason that I'm sitting here saying, oh, he's going to be tough to replace. Quay Walker, I don't think he's going to be tough to replace. When you look at the offensive line, Elton Jenkins, how good he was at the center position after asking him to play, he was not great at that position. Sean Ryan, he's just okay. Rasheed Walker, he's a good player, but again, another guy who is replaceable. So when we're talking about the guys that we need to replace.
I hear you on that, but they don't have unlimited funds.
That's the hard part. You might be right that these guys aren't irreplaceable, but you still need to replace them, and you don't have a ton of avenues to do that.
And that's
the offensive line as a unit wasn't good enough despite them being replaceable.
You have to go bargain shopping to try to figure out how you can find some guys to fill
bargain shopping sounds scary when you need them to be better than what they were last year.
When you have Gutey has not been able to evaluate certain guys, especially, again, he's been hit or miss in the free agency. We understand that. This offseason, he missed. He missed with two guys. So I would say, Gutey, instead of getting two guys who you believe are trending, like you got in a Nate Hobbs and like you got in an Aaron Banks, maybe find some guy who's maybe 28, 29, where his ceiling isn't as high, but you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a high level
less variability.
Yeah, I mean that's this team right now. The biggest thing they were missing was consistency. That was Rasheed Walker at left tackle. He was a good left tackle, but he had his moments of inconsistency. You saw at left guard with Aaron Bates where he was up and down. He lacked with consistency. We talk about the defensive line and Rashawn Gary, a guy that we always talk about. He lacked consistency to the point that he didn't have a sack after Halloween.
I thought he was really consistent past Halloween.
Okay, you're
right.
He
didn't have a sack or a tackle for a loss, so that was pretty consistent.
Consistently
bad.
And so my whole point is I don't believe the Packers are losing anybody that will take them away from being a Super Bowl champion. That is how I feel. I think a lot of these guys are 100% replaceable. Now it's on the team, and when I say the team, the general manager in the front office, to figure out how can we find guys to fill these voids, because we're not losing any splash players. We're not.
I understand that. But when you look at the history of the Green Bay Packers in terms of free agency, they're not a 4 or 5 guy consistent free agency team, right? 2019 was the big boom. 2 guys of significance last year. Jacobs and McKinney were obviously very significant 2 years ago. But with the amount of potential free agents that are walking, that's where I'm very anxious to see how this offseason goes, because based off the track record, you wouldn't expect them to be getting 4 or 5 guys in free agency. But as the old philosopher Homer on the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 said, Gutey went and trade Parsons. You don't know what he's going to do.
It's fair.
Can we stop?
Traded for Parsons.
I just want to say, let's stop making excuses for guys not doing their job. And when I say guys not doing their job, it is okay for me as a fan and for us as guys who analyze this team to expect for Gutey to draft guys in this draft. He should be drafting a minimum of 4 guys that can contribute on this roster this year. That's what great GMs do. He should be able to find some diamonds in the rough. And again, everybody's not going to be like a Zach Bond. That's hard to find. We had ours with Devondre Campbell when he became an All-Pro, but that is the thing that he gets paid to do. He gets paid to find guys that can play above the level of where they're getting paid at. He gets paid to find young guys that can get drafted in here and contribute to the roster. So let's not sit here and beat around the bush and be like, well, it's going to, no, bumps that. If we need to fill 3 to 5 positions, well, we have probably 8 draft picks this year in this draft. You have some money to sign some guys in free agency. So if you're going to bring in 10 guys, I expect 5 of those guys to make a difference. You missed last year when it came to free agency and when it came to drafting. That was your bad year, 2025. Now, 2026, we need the exact opposite.
Let's go to Blake in Fredonia on the Carbless Talking Text line. You're up with KBN.
Hey, what's up, Ben? One of Josh's buddies in Port Washington.
Hey, Pirates, baby. I'm basically an honorary pirate with all of his friends and cousins.
You are. You're more than that. But just want to call out, some of the things that, when you listen to the morning show with, Gabe and Chewy and Jen, the attitude is that the Packers are just a average organization. And year in, year out, they prove that they're different. And there's room for critique on it. And Kyle, love you. Sometimes you get a little excited, but the rest of the group, they seem to just be down in the dumps. And if you look at the years that have came up in the draft, they might not be great, but if you look at the free agent acquisitions on the side of it, they are there every year, and you can't ask for anything more in the NFL right now. So I'll leave it at that. I think we're very fortunate to have the team that we have, and see what you guys think.
Well, Blake.
Thanks, Blake. Love you too.
Blake, I actually want to ask you something. I agree that the Packers continuously do really good things, but they're not doing great things that have propelled them beyond the 7 seed the last 3 years. And under LaFleur, they haven't won the division. So I think in the scope of looking at this offseason, it's continuously looking at how do they get past where they've been.
Yeah, no, and that's very fair. But my argument to that is that all it takes is one guy. I think Brad hit on it his time. It takes that one guy to elevate his game. Whether he's a special teams player, becomes a starter, or someone else that has an impact. And they've been missing that. Like the guys that should perform, but they need that other guy to pop up. And, that's where you can look at Gutey. I think it's fair. But, to be at that point, there's a lot of teams. I mean, one of my best buddies, he's a big Bengals fan. And to listen to the pain and sorrow that they go through always, and you look at their cap and you look at the guys they're signing, makes you feel all right to be a Packer fan. And
Blake, I appreciate the call because we do got to get to Jason Wilde. I think you're kind of nailing it, though. Like you're using the Bengals. Like, we're looking at the Packers, right? Like, you can look around the league and say we have it better than 80% of it.
Yeah, 25 teams.
But do you want to be where you belong and when you believe that you actually belong? And it takes just a little bit more of going, as you said, Brad, outside the comfort zone to push the boundaries of what the systematic way the Green Bay Packers go about their business is. And I think just challenging that this offseason is fair based off the fact that they are bringing back the guys that have gotten to this point thus far in Russ Ball, Gutey, and LaFleur, which isn't bad. No one's saying it's bad. But how can it be better? That's the question that we'll ask Jason Wilde coming up next on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Babe Ruth was short, fat. Well, I don't know how short he was. He looked short in the video. He was fat. He was stubby. He looked fat. He tried it. He didn't have a sprint. Have you ever seen Babe Ruth sprint? I wonder how many steals he had. 0.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, starting off with some delays, pretty much from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette. Westbound 94, you're seeing backups from 27th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, just a little backup right now from about 76th Street towards Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ for Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, lows of 34. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a chance for afternoon rain, a high of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. Hi, this is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Register to bowl with us on March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Registration is now open. Go to WTMJCares.com to sign up. Act quickly, teams will fill up fast. It's WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies to help the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. February is all about love, and while you're out here showing love to your partner, don't forget about a place that shows up for you every single day, your home. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. That's a real deal, and there's no limit. You'll also get 0% interest for 36 months, $500 off your next home improvement project. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
He was not taken out of context. He said the whole thing.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I don't think that means much, though. Like, it very rarely happens.
Holding everybody accountable.
They need to be more mature.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Joining us now on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is Jason Wilde. Happy belated birthday, Jason.
Thanks, guys. How are you?
Yeah. Doing well, Jason. Had a great time this weekend over in Madison. Was in the locker room with Matt LaFleur. Spent some time with him.
How did he feel about that?
Let's just say it went well. It went well. You know why? Because I kept it very short and brief. I said, Matt, Ben Brust, he says, I know who you are. And I just went with the, hey, I'm on the board and steering committee for Guarding Against Cancer. I just wanted to thank you for all your support for Greg and what he does there. And he basically acknowledged that, and we went our separate ways. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I know who you are.
I know.
I was hoping maybe he forgot who
he
you
did
were.
the I know who you are. And then he laughed at me with his really expensive watch that he had that he probably has a lot of money from his extension to get.
Yeah, I don't know. I have an Apple Watch that I got.
This was no Apple Watch.
On
Let me tell you.
Facebook Marketplace.
This
Yeah,
was no Apple Watch.
I'm not a
That's
watch
the first
guy.
thing I saw when he walked in. I was like, damn.
Blingy, bling, bling, huh?
Yes, indeed. So I just want to let you know, me and him are now best friends.
Sounds like it. Yeah. Well, you guys you've built a very solid foundation of that friendship.
Sure.
That's for sure.
You only get one first impression, right?
Exactly.
Jason, additionally, the big news is Alex Strofe got engaged. Please tell me.
No,
You
he
didn't.
No,
come
he's
on,
joking.
Jason,
No,
you're
he
joking,
told.
right?
Okay, come on.
Yeah,
okay.
he told.
All right.
He told everybody.
He told me ahead of
told
time.
the entire office. I don't know how she didn't find out.
Oh, is that right?
Well, we keep uncovering more people and more people that already knew.
Non-stop. The kid was
Yeah,
non-stop.
he was excited.
He
was
should
excited.
be.
He was eager. So God bless him. I'm thrilled for him. But yeah, I had gotten the heads up on that. And I'm not a great secret keeper. Luckily, I don't work in the office, so it was never in danger of being ruined by me. But yeah, it's awesome, and it sounds like his plan was executed without a hitch. So
He's
I'm
hitched.
thrilled for him. Well, He's on the road to being
yes,
hit.
Correct. Correct.
Jason, with no first round draft picks, not a lot of cap space, tons of free agents, a lot of holes in this Green Bay roster, is this finally the offseason that Gutey gets outside of his comfort zone and signs some what we would call
Mendoza line
older players,
30-year-olds?
Yeah, maybe. He did tell us, right? There is no line of demarcation. Okay, if you say so. But hey, if he means that, then look. And Tausch and I were talking about this morning too. If you think you're close, and you do have some holes to fill, older players can oftentimes be a little less expensive, actually, right? If they're trying to win a title before their career's over, and if they're not ultra productive anymore, but can still fill a role on your team. So yeah, I mean, it's certainly a possibility. But what evidence do we have that he would be interested in doing that sort of thing? I would argue we have minimal, if any, right? I mean, Ted Thompson was the one who went out and signed Julius Peppers once upon a time, right? And by the way, that turned out to be a really good signing. They shouldn't have let him go when they did. He went back to Carolina and was still productive. So, again, I don't know which way Gutey is leaning or thinking. I would certainly advocate for it doesn't have to be a lot of guys. It doesn't. You don't have to have, 20 guys on your 53-man roster who've turned 30, but if you have 3 or 4, 5 maybe, that can make a difference. But until I see him actually do it, I have no reason to think that he's going to be willing to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense, and I agree with you, which is why I think he's got to get outside his comfort zone and do it. And Jason, you sort of answered it already with Julius Peppers, but if Gutey were to grab you and say, well, Jason, give me one good example of when the Packers did this during your time of covering the Packers, when it worked out really well for the team and for the player. Who comes to your mind throughout your years of covering the team where it's like, you know what, that was a great veteran signing. Somebody like that is what the Packers need to do with this roster.
So obviously Peppers is one of them, but I'll tell you another guy, and it was, I don't think it was during, I think it was the year before Gutey, no, or maybe it was, what year did they sign off Chris Larson? Look it up because he's always, unlike producers that may produce our show, he actually looks stuff up when you say something. What year did they sign Mercedes Lewis?
Ooh,
I think that was still with.
Teammate.
Wasn't that still with Ted?
If it was
Let
Ted,
Chris
it would have
Larson
been
do his
17.
work.
2018.
Oh, so that was his.
There you
first
go.
year.
So that was Gutey's first year.
Wow.
So that would be now he wasn't quite as old as he was when they let him go, obviously, but he was great for them, right? I mean, frankly, Mike McCarthy kind of misused him. He just made him exclusively a blocker, and that was kind of a mistake. But overall, I think that you can look back on that and say that was a good signing, right? Didn't cost a ton, had some important moments, was great for Rodgers. So, again, I don't – if that's our one instance 8 years ago –
yeah, that's reason to hold breath a little bit.
There's no real reason to believe that he's going to do it. But again, the guy we were talking about this morning was Calais Campbell.
He is ancient.
Right, but he played for – I mean, it was fun to be able to talk about a player that Tausch actually blocked. That was fun, right?
It's crazy.
It's insane.
How did OT feel about that?
I think he was fine with it. He had a lot of respect. I mean, the guy's 39 years old. He's going to be 40 before the season starts.
Calais was old.
So
when I
obviously,
lived in Jacksonville.
There you go. Exactly. But again, here's a guy who played for Jonathan Gannon last year, right? You're looking for a guy who plays a position of need, defensive tackle, the guy still played 46% of the snaps for Gannon last year in Arizona. He's durable. Last 3 years, his age 37, 38, and 39 seasons, he played all 17 games all 3 of those years.
Good on him.
Right. And so, again, I don't want people, Wilde just likes old players. That's not what we're talking about here. We're not, bringing Charles Woodson out of retirement. But there is some value, and you guys know this because I brought it up to you guys multiple times now, but I just keep hearing Evan Williams' voice in that losing locker room in Chicago telling me, because look, I always make sure that guys, look, if this is a flawed premise, you guys probably heard me say it to LaFleur in press conferences. I said it to Gutey, and Gutey nailed me a couple times. I said, no, I don't think that's true. I'm not sure he's telling the truth, but that's another story for another day. But, if I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong. I'm not going into this story with a preconceived notion of I have to write what I think. And so if Evan Williams, who's as mature as they come for a soon-to-be third-year player, says that they lacked maturity, that carries weight with me. And that's exactly what he said. So if you can just add a couple of guys that can help those mature young guys be better at getting everyone to show more maturity so you can handle an 18-point lead without blowing it, so you can handle the adversity of that happens in a football game better than they have, that seems to me to be a pretty valuable recipe.
Jason, if the Packers are not going to sign a lot of their own guys, what are the top two guys you think the Packers need to bring back from their own free agency? Because you got guys like Rasheed, Quay, Romeo Doubs, Kingsley, and Igbari. Who are the top two you think the Packers need to bring back?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I think they should keep Quay Walker. I know that's not the most popular opinion that's ever been expressed, but I still think he's more than what he is viewed as by a lot of fans. I really do, and I get it. I'm proud. There's people that disagree with that. And I don't know how Jonathan Gannon sees him versus how Jeff Hafley saw him. But I'll tell you this, and I don't know what their cap situation is going to look like in Miami. They obviously are purging their roster today, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have the financial wherewithal to do it. If Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan didn't sign him, I wouldn't be surprised at all. He feels like a guy that would make sense for them. So, that he's someone that I think they should keep. But again, I don't know what the price tag is. And as we talked about, he said on the record in October or late September, one of the two, that he had an offer on the table from the Packers, and then he never ended up obviously signing it. So I expect him to be gone. And the other guy that I would say that I would like from a ability and potential standpoint would be Kingsley Enagbare. But the guy from I don't think it'll cost a ton because I don't think he's going to get kind of a bank-breaking offer on the open market, is Sean Ryan to play center. So I don't have to worry about filling that spot necessarily because, it would be one thing if you had all these guys that are, because they've been so good at this throughout the time I've covered the team, of having young offensive linemen who are ready to step into a role. Now, sometimes the guy wasn't ready. Like Tausch tore his ACL in 2008. It was a free agent year. The Packers didn't try to re-sign him. They said, thank you for your service. They made Alan Barber their right tackle.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was terrible. Now, he ended up actually carving out a pretty darn good NFL career, but he wasn't good right away. And so what did they do? They called Old T and said, hey, we're sorry. We'd love to have you back. And he rejoined the team about midway through the season once his ACL was healed. Like, if you have a Sean Ryan, you don't have to cross your fingers and hope that Jacob Monk is ready to be the starter. But if he is, great. And you can cut Sean Ryan if you didn't give him a big signing bonus. But I don't know what his market is going to be. So if I'm Sean Ryan, I want a team that wants me. And I would say this, and I said this to Sean Ryan's face when I was talking to him at locker room cleanout. It always kind of felt like they were looking for somebody to replace him, right? They always wanted to find somebody else.
He would have played better center than Elton Jenkins, who was very versatile his whole career.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So I don't know what they're thinking there, but those would be the three guys out of the group. I like Romeo Doubs more than people think I do. I operated on the Romeo Doubs thing of someone that worked in the building saying flat out before last season he needs the ball out. and earn himself a contract elsewhere because he ain't coming back here. I thought that was going to be the case. It still is almost certainly going to be the case, but it was never against him. What he did obviously put him in a really tough position with the organization, and I don't know if they've ever fully forgotten that.
I also wonder, I actually don't think even if that didn't happen, if he'd still be a Green Bay Packer anyways, based off where they're
I would agree.
looking.
I don't think you're wrong. No, I don't think you're wrong about that either.
Jason, I'm sorry. I'm just stuck on, you said Jacob Monk, and it made me just think, how are these guys, I know Monk was hurt a little bit last year, but how is it that Monk couldn't find a way onto the field? And how is it that Jordan Morgan couldn't beat out Rasheed Walker? And these are the guys we're supposed to depend on or are supposed to look to for next year for the offensive line?
Well, in fairness to Jacob Monk, right, he had a hamstring injury at the end of camp. And so, he never really got to compete. And then he was on PUP for like 3/4 of the season. So, I don't know, had he had a full training camp and then, somebody theoretically, if he's healthy, maybe he gets the first shot when Elton gets hurt, right? Maybe he plays well. Again, and this is the one thing that I agree with Gutey on, is that you don't know what guys are capable of until they actually play. You can think so, but you might have a young guy sitting on your bench who actually is a very capable player, right? And his argument is, if I don't play him, I can't find that out. Now, the flip side would be, if you play them and they're not good enough and you didn't sign veteran guys to take their spot, you're stuck with them, right? So, I always think of Eric Wilson, who had a great season for the Vikings, by the way. He ended up being more than a special teams guy for them. He was a really good fit for Brian Flores' system in Minneapolis. He played really well for them this year, and he was that 30-something guy who'd been around the block, who played for the Vikings, who played for a couple other teams, had been productive on special teams. If you remember, during the 24 season when Quay was hurt, he played really well in the first year in Jeff Hafley's system. And Gutey was like, no, we got to give Tyron Hopper more opportunity. So they didn't bring him back. And those are those inexpensive, experienced veteran players that, in my opinion, have value. And if our criticism of the Packers is that they always put themselves in position to make the playoffs, but they never give themselves enough of an opportunity to actually have a Super Bowl team, right? Because they get in the dance. There's no disputing that. They've done it 3 years in a row with Jordan Love in the post-Rodgers era, but they never get to where they want to go. Maybe those types of players, you need a few more of them in order to get there.
Well, Jason, we appreciate the time. We'll have a plethora of things to talk about this offseason, and that will continue on Thursday.
All right, guys, have a great day. Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. Talk to Jason how I was in the locker room when the Badgers basketball team beat Michigan State on Friday night. They had a special guest. Badger men's basketball posted the speech from Matt LaFleur post-victory against Michigan State. We'll live that with you next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
His career success rate was 51%. That's trash.
That's trash. That's really bad.
I'm Ricky Henderson in 1923. I want y'all to understand that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got a little bit of a backup on southbound 43. Now, starting right about at Keith, heading down through the Marquette interchange, that's where you're going to be seeing those brake lights. On the westbound side of 94, you got backups from 27th Street past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's tightening up from 76th Street past 68th. And then on the bypass, we got backups from Beloit Road all the way down through the Hale interchange, all the way over to about 58th Street. So just give yourself a little bit of extra time on that leg. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, chance of afternoon rain, a high of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water. Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular. The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
Will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman. Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water,
should be worn on the fingers
the wrist, the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's. We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Homer here. I've already lost 10 pounds since I started the journey. Now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. Hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. And there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Can't wait to be in Monticello, Wisconsin, supporting Bank CMG and their commitment to the local community there and to the local communities across Madison and Milwaukee, because I have been banking with Bank CMG for over 6 months now. You hear Greg Gard talk about them on these airwaves. I do as well. And I'm in the process of changing my home loan to an all-in-one loan, saving thousands on interest, helping also pay down the principal faster than a traditional home loan, which means more value for my home. It's a no-brainer. All you got to do is visit them at bankcmg.com, stop by a local branch, get with their team, learn more about their products. Tell them Greg Gard or Ben Bruss sent you. bankcmg.com. That's bankcmg.com, or stop by a local branch. So many different products that will help you in your banking journey. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman. Chris Larson's running the show. Big congrats to one Alex Strofe down in Florida, who's recently engaged.
Strophy.
Scheduled to join the show at some point this week. I knew he was getting a little overzealous with the I'll be able to join you on Monday.
Yeah.
He's celebrating. As he should. As he should. Now, we were talking with Jason Wilde. I said I was in the what's up?
He got a wife now. He can't do what he wants.
Not yet.
She probably not yet. Can we be honest? Once they get the ring, I mean, they're excited, but they know they
throwing
won.
their weight around a little bit.
Yeah. They're showing the ring and say, "I think I want your time," and now you feel like you got to give it.
I don't even remember anymore if it was different.
It was for you.
From
it was?
Yeah.
From the outside?
Yeah, from the outside looking at you were a changed
you,
man.
You're with me all the time.
As soon as you got down on one knee, the same day Jesse Nelson did, just a couple years later.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
At
least they didn't do it in front of the Washington Memorial or the Lincoln Memorial. What did he do it in front of?
That was pre me being around.
Oh,
he did it in D.C.
Somebody in the Madison office text me where Jesse
What's
Nelson
wrong with
proposed
doing it in D.C.
to.
With the
He did it
cherry
in front of like a memorial though.
It's
so lame. It's like he went on.
Love
It's
you,
like
Jesse,
he went on
but
a
come
freaking school field trip.
Yeah, history, baby. This monument has, meaning to us. Not only to America.
Abe looking down and blessing their future
what
marriage.
better
I
could
think
you
it was
get?
the Lincoln
Honest
Memorial.
I mean, that's the most popular.
Honest Abe?
Of them, I guess.
I mean, come on now. Big old Honest Abe just staring at him, getting on a knee, and him saying, "Hey, weren't you want to marry me?" Whatever he did.
That is, I could see that though. That's,
what would be more inspiring, Jesse Nelson's proposal speech or Matt LaFleur pumping up a locker room?
Ooh, you know what? I love Matty LaFleur, but after I heard this speech, I was like,
So after the Badgers beat Michigan State on Friday, Badger men's basketball put out the speech from Matt LaFleur post game. Here's what he had to say to the team.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough, a really tough team to beat. But that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time. Let's go, sir. Practice.
You start clapping too there.
Even
You're
the
like,
players
yeah.
were like, yeah.
Is this done?
Yeah. Okay.
My, that was inspiring.
I mean, he was stuttering.
Brad, we've listened to Anthony Campanelli on Hard Knocks, the old run game coordinator, now DC of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They were flying around.
You've had Ron Rivera, Bielema,
even like Gus Bradley.
Now, this isn't his team, and I could tell that, he didn't cite any. I don't know if LaFleur's a basketball guy or not, but what do you make of that?
Listen, I do like Matt LaFleur. I do, and I want to like him a lot as a head coach. I feel like he'd be a great guy to grab a carb list with, and he would just he treats his players well. He just doesn't have that gear. He doesn't have that gear. The bravado, big present coaches that when you talk, you just lean in and you're just like, dude, I could listen to this guy talk all day. I could play for this guy my whole career. He just doesn't have that. I thought so. The Badger basketball team proudly posted that, right? And I was like, oh, here we go. Matt LaFleur, 16 seconds. Anybody can get anyone going in 16 seconds. And it was what we just heard, KBN Nation. And I was just like, I must have thought, was he unprepared? Was he not ready to speak? But the reality is, I think Matt LaFleur gets the guys prepared. He's a great offensive mind. He treats the players well, which I, as a former player, appreciate. But darn it, the man doesn't have that gear. He doesn't have it.
Listen, the speech was
That's
bad.
okay, but
the speech was bad. I mean, there's peewee coaches that can give a better speech than that. Like, for real, I'm dead serious. Like, oh, you got to go. They just won. It's like, hey, fellas, y'all just kicked they behind.
Yeah, and this is after
keep kicking
victory.
behind. It started with when y'all beat who they beat earlier in the week? Illinois. Then y'all just beat Michigan State. Keep handling
His son
business.
was in the locker room.
Oh, his little kid was.
Yeah.
Son? I mean, he cussed around his son.
He did. I don't think he was. He's not super young.
I mean, all you gotta do is get hyped up and say, "Now let's go and let's party." Like, he didn't, but he was stuttering, and it was uninspiring.
One more time for everybody here.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough, a really tough team to beat. But that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time. Let's go, sir. Practice.
You gave him stack that bleep at the end.
Yeah, but I think maybe he stuttered because he was going to swear in between.
I think
there,
you're right.
He tried to
I think you're right.
clean himself up.
That's why
maybe,
I was. Look,
maybe that's
big Matt LaFleur guy. I spent some time with the locker room. I got to make sure he's not misrepresented.
Yeah, I guess.
Look at me. I'm Matt LaFleur's best friend.
But he doesn't bring that deep level. I don't want to use like alpha energy. He just doesn't bring he doesn't walk up there.
Wow.
I'm not calling it out.
Hey, Matt, I've said a lot of stuff about you, but I haven't said that.
But listen, the puncher saying
actually, I kind of feel that way.
He doesn't bring in that all gas, baby, let's go. Let him know your name. There's four cliches.
Brad, go. You're Matt LaFleur.
Man, you just won a hell of a game out there. I want every team that faces you on the court to remember that you are the Wisconsin men's basketball team and that you pummeled them. No mercy, and I want them to walk off remembering who you are. You did that exactly. I can't wait to see you all season long. Let's go.
Fellas, that's what I'm talking about. Tom Izzo who? He came here. They came here ranked top 10. We didn't give a dang. We showed them what Badger basketball is about in the Kohl Center, and y'all gonna keep stacking it in the next game, in the game after that, in the game after that, and we going straight to the NCAA Final Four, baby. Let's go. Get him up, Gardo.
Oh, damn.
Get him up, Gardo.
Get him up,
Gardo.
Oh, man. That's good. That's good.
Or you call out one of them, like, Winter, break him down.
Yeah, I would have said.
I don't even know if he knew the players.
Jeremy Pierce,
he's probably a cat. Like, he just, again, he brought his family.
Yeah,
you know?
and he's not his team.
He is doing the right thing, though. He's not going to Marquette and watching them, lose.
Yeah.
Watching winners.
He's been to Marquette games before, though. I feel like I've seen him sitting.
But like I mentioned, when I got to talk to him, I thanked him for his time supporting Guarding Against Cancer.
You should have asked him to come on the show. Now that you
he
guys
would
are
have said,
friends.
bleep you.
You ain't know.
Rightfully so.
I mean, I've honestly
I've called him Matty Mouse.
I just want to clear my name because I'm associated with this. Now,
We were cordial.
I'm just on camera, and they just say, "Oh yeah, we hate KBN."
You just said he had a bad speech.
Oh yeah, he had a bad speech, but he's a great coach. His speech wasn't good. I can be critical.
He's a really good coach.
He is.
I'm not
He
going
is. But
great.
now
He's a really
because
good coach.
Matty Mickey Mouse over here, Ben Brust, done ruined it for all of us.
Mouse
And you just called him alpha. I mean, a beta male.
Yeah, that was wild.
Was any of you?
Brad's had an interesting show today.
Were any of you?
Yeah.
If you missed any Brad running his mouth today, I've never seen Brad so.
You should have heard Brad when he was talking to Lexi on Friday.
Ooh.
He told Lexi, and on the day we get the Hall of Fame speech, you better put on the sexiest dress.
We might have to pull that back.
Whoa!
It was.
I need this,
it was
Brad.
quite the
I
phone
need
call.
chest out, Brad, more
Yeah,
often.
I said I'm gonna be walking through that door with a little more strut in my step after being a Hall of Famer. I want you to look like a Hall of Fame wife on that ceremony night. I want you to have your best dress.
He did say that.
That's a good speech right now.
It was a great speech.
Better than Matt's?
Were you guys surprised that was what the speech that Matt LaFleur came?
I was so disappointed.
I was there, and I'm not gonna lie. I expected it to be longer. Like it was just 16. It was like quick.
Who asked him to say something? Greg was like, "Hey, say something to the team." And then the guys just seemed like they just had to cheat.
Well, what I will say is, I mean, they were excited in general, right? It's a big win. They beat Illinois on the road, and then they beat another top 10 team at home. And Nick Boyd, who went pretty crazy in the first half against Michigan State, he saw Matt LaFleur walk in. He's like, "Man, I want to run through a wall right now." And Matt didn't say anything, so they were just pumped. They were pumped. Look. I can't even. Here's what I will say. When Rodgers came in our locker room, he didn't say anything. He just kind of came in the huddle and broke us down. So at least he gave a speech.
Yeah, I mean,
Rodgers was there for the TV time.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
He's really a Matt LaFleur guy. He said, "Listen, Matt,
this is my guy.
TV.
We're friends.
Really
We're friends.
Okay.
I didn't have him sign my Badger quarter zip.
You should have signed something for him and give it to him. And say sorry.
I think what's done is done there. I don't think LaFleur and I are going to be
that's messed up.
Best friends like we. This is the peak of our. The way that Alex Strofe and I are quote unquote best friends is the same level that Matt LaFleur and I are. It's non-existent.
That's crazy.
He won't get any better than this for you, Ben.
or Kyle.
Yeah, this is a shame. All the chance I had of getting in the box in the suite is gone.
Gone.
The fact that you thought there was a chance is crazy.
Well, they like Jason.
He's been there for 30 years.
Well, I mean, Jason could have put in a good word, but not now. I'm associated with Ben Brust.
We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of the show. It's your fault. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
Transformers, Megan Fox.
No, I would say Megan Fox, are all good, but 7:45 is starting to go. You got to transform your ass up out of here.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 15 retired in honor of Butch Lee. He finished in 78, and the number retired the next season. It's hard to believe that any player could ever equal what Butch Lee did at Marquette. Part of the national championship team in 77, and the Final Four MVP, and the next season, the consensus National Player of the Year. So much success, it's not necessary to bring up any statistics. Number 15, Butch Lee, did everything. Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, our experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. today to get started. 262-783-6161.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Wallace continues to be cheap.
Huh?
What?
Cheap.
I heard about Valentine's Day.
Cheap? Wasn't nothing cheap about Valentine's Day. We ate good, real good at the steakhouse.
I heard she wanted to gamble and you wouldn't let her gamble.
Oh, well, listen. We had a good time game. We had a great night at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, stayed at the hotel, saw some KBN Nation there, and we decided, we're going to walk around and play little games, play roulette. Your boy put down 10, came up about 8, and so I came up.
Put down 10, came up about 8.
I came up good.
So you had 18?
Yeah, I had more money than what I started with, so I was feeling good. And then baby girl, we walked away. She was like, well, I think I want to get a little something in this too. And I said, all right, baby, what you got? She said, I got this 20.
Well, the hotel's over, the elevator's over there.
Yeah, well, there's a 20. She had a 20, so we put the 20 in, and about, we was up, and it was down, and, about 6 hands in, I said, baby, that's it.
$30, that's the budget.
You didn't put your 18 in?
I put her 20 in, and then we went and played tables, and we lost all money. So we ended up losing almost $40.
Wow. That's actually a lot for you. That's like $400 to an average human.
Yes, sir, it was. And so I was down and disappointed, but I went to the sports book and started watching the Olympics at like 1:45 in the morning in them seats. We had a great time just sitting there, chilling and hanging out.
Look at Kyle. Look at Kyle go. If you missed it, Alex Strofe is engaged. Congrats to Strophe. In Madison, you got Jim, Matt, and Molly. Damn Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We continue on with you on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee.
KBN's the show that never ends.
Things are slowing down on 41 now, just south of Silver Spring, all the way down past Capitol Drive. More delays on the bypass if you're making your way down past Oklahoma Avenue, all the way down into the Hale interchange. Swinging eastbound, you're going to see more delays to Forest Home. Southbound 43, also going to be heavy from Keefe, pretty much through the Marquette and over the high rise. And then at the base of the high rise, you'll start to slow down again, all the way down past Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a chance for afternoon rain, a high of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
With Pella, you get so much more than stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. And with a 10-year labor warranty, your windows and doors are worry-free for years to come. If something goes wrong, we're here to handle it because you work with the same team from start to finish.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 48 months.
Visit PellaWI.com today.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
He is Kyle Wallace. I got Hall of Famer, Brookfield Central Hall of Famer, Brad Nortman's my left. My name is Ben Brust. And a big shout out to Alex Strofe, who is in Florida, recently engaged, so Chris Larson is running the show. If you want, you can send a message in on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Send Strofe a congrats, and I'll curate all these and send them over to him. Now, Brad, do you know how much a headache you were?
I don't think I even know the depths of it. I know I was a bit of a headache, but I don't even think I even know the depths of it.
So I got a message. Did Strofe tell you that, because he submitted an application to the Brookfield Central Hall of Fame is the reason why they saw it?
Well, yeah. So a lot happened on Friday, obviously, and Strofe's brain was all over the place. But he said something to the effect of it had been stalled or frozen for a couple of years, and when they brought back the Brookfield Central Athletic Hall of Fame, there was an assumption that I was already in it.
Correct.
Which is a shocking revelation.
It's a shocking assumption, seeing as they should have like a
roster
or like a plaque somewhere.
This all started when I went to watch Con Knipple play Brookfield Central.
And you met my parents.
I met your parents.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was outside in the area. I was like, oh, there's Joe Thomas's jersey. There's Brad Nortman's jersey. And I was like, then somehow the Hall of Fame got brought up, and you said you weren't in it. I was like, wait, what? Like, they got your jersey up there and Joe Thomas. And then we started reading some people's names that were getting in, and you weren't in. And so next thing I know, I get a call, someone looking for Alex Strofe. Because he submitted something to the Brookfield Central Hall of Fame.
Making sure that's not AI. Making sure Alex Strofe's a real person.
And then he communicated with a reporter from WISN, Steph Sutton.
To her.
And she lives in Brookfield in the community.
Yeah, she's awesome. Did a couple interviews with her. She's great.
We had Monday last week ready to go. Athletic director. And Strofe couldn't tell your parents. He couldn't tell your wife. Because we had to wait until you left your home to start driving to the office because we didn't want anyone to know. So we're just sitting on this. And so on Monday, he has the athletic director schedule, moves him. Tuesday, rescheduled him, moves him. Wednesday, reschedules him, moves him. Thursday, you tell us in the morning you're coming in.
Yeah.
Books him, sends him an email with a video link and all. 5 minutes later, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
So then Friday comes along, and now you're a Brookfield Central Hall of Famer.
Just like that. The only thing missing was Ben Bruss sitting right there, so we could all experience it together.
No. You might be happy I wasn't there because I was going to give him some lip.
Oh, I was going to say because you were my.
I was going to. If
my
this
Hall of
wasn't
Fame
the year,
pitbull.
I was going to go scorched earth on Brookfield Central, and you were never going to get in.
Yeah, you were.
I was going to ruin your opportunity.
Yeah, Strofe was sort of like the supporter in it, and you were supporting too, but you were the pit bull, right?
Yes.
And I feel like
I was a pit bull in a nice way because I was like, look at this man, played in the NFL, state championship runner-up, two sides of the ball. Probably played other sports. Probably had a great GPA.
Oh yeah, over 4.
Fostering children.
Oh,
wow.
Perfect.
What more do you want for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I don't know. What a great representation for Brookfield Central to have in their Hall of Fame. So it's about time. So shout out to Ben Bruss.
Thank you.
I would have gave him some great. But what took so long?
Yeah, well, and if you heard the interview, they came on the athletic director. And they almost made it seem like I had some confiscated materials, maybe some late library books. They're setting me up for a little bit of. Then obviously they rolled right into the Hall of Fame, which was lovely. And I am honored to be on the Hall of Fame or in the Hall of Fame. I'm just thankful that we could do it on the show, and then I had my guys to rally the troops.
Well, I just wanted
the scheduling nightmare, though, I must say. Bad time to be really sick.
It was a bad time to be really sick, but I will say this, is that we had already talked about all this on Friday, and Ben Bruss brought this up again, and I feel like he brought it up simply because he wanted to let everybody know that it was him as the person who started the factory. You didn't get into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, and Strofe took all the credit. Strofe took all the credit.
He wanted to rehash this story. Strofe put together a phenomenal little
when
vignette
I
piece.
introduced when I introduced Strofe, I didn't hear a thing. He's like, he became. I put the cape on. I'm gonna get Brad in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he did work hard to get him involved, but I just find it hilarious today that you reminded us it was me who went to go see Con Knipple play. It was me who saw your jersey up. It was me who met your parents. It was my idea to get you in the Hall of Fame.
It's me.
It's me, Brad.
Kyle,
that's right. Me.
Kyle, it's me. That's not over yet. So we have a great partner over at Robert Hack Diamonds.
Oh, yes. We do.
Who do you think is the reason why Alex Strofe was able to get a diamond?
To afford.
Me.
Great diamond. Look at you.
Beautiful diamond.
Look at you. Ben Bruss hooking everybody up around this piece.
So we debut what you will hear across ESPN Milwaukee. Alex Strofe, Robert Hack Diamonds. Let's hear it, Chris.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Strofe for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire, but to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, Brookfield South and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you were like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, "Hack yeah," with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com. That's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
He is so proud to say, "Like me, my fiance." If you're like me,
that is like puppy energy right there.
It really
Literally,
was.
it's like puppy energy.
So I'm going to take everybody inside the building real quick. He wouldn't record the damn commercial until after he got engaged.
He gave him.
So wait, when did he record it?
Saturday.
He gave a very good rational reason, because I heard them going back and forth. He said, "Nah, man, I want to wait until after so it can be authentic and I can give my experience. I just want to wait." And I was like, and now hearing it, okay, he wanted to speak not like, from a sense of when I get like, hey, it happened yesterday. A lot of energy, authentic.
So you went with Stroh.
I went with
Robert
him
Hack.
when he picked out his diamond.
Can you describe, thinking of Alex Stroh in a jewelry store and making a high-end jewelry purchase?
Best friends.
That's what best friends do together.
God, I'm not hurting this. I'm not helping this whole "I'm best friends with Alex Stroh" thing right now.
Just like Alex Stroh is a guy. Like I remember doing Wisconsin College Game Day 4.5 years ago. And yeah, 4 years ago. And meeting Alex Stroh fresh out of college, I'm like, this is a young man right here. This is a baby college type dude. To see him engage is really crazy. So to have what Ben Brust witnessed, seeing Alex Stroh in a wonderful, lovely jewelry store like Robert Hack, Ben, I can't even imagine what that was like.
Well, let me. I got about 15 pictures of Alex Stroh with no ass standing at the jewelry store. He just looks so out of place.
So lost. Did he even know what to ask? I feel like he was just probably nodding his head. Say, "Oh, yeah. What is that? What grade is that?" Not even knowing what the answer means.
I should send these to Chris for the break screen. Does this man look like he's hearing anything that she's saying? Does this man look like he's able to understand what's going on?
It looks like she's leaning forward to try to help him understand more.
Thank you.
Like as if she's speaking a different language. Like, I'll slow down for you because it's not resonating.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Well, it made it easy for her. She just basically told him that she'll like this one. And he just said, okay. It's beautiful diamond.
Beautiful. We got some pictures.
Big money Stroh.
Florida.
Big money Stroh.
They're living life.
The Pickle Boys help best friends pick out their engagement ring.
I mean, that is very.
You are creating quite the brand.
You
for
are.
One another.
You went with that. You know how serious that is. Only a best friend would go with somebody to go pick out their wedding ring.
That
you
is
didn't need
major.
to be there.
More
for that.
on Alex Stroh. I didn't need to be there, but I was.
Because you're his best friend.
Let's slow down. Stroh being engaged was not on my 2026 bingo card. Is she as unathletic as him?
Remarkably, no.
No. So their child has a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Hopefully
she has
Ben is ruining Stroh's engagement. Tim, I might be. I don't care if she played Olympic sports. He is so unathletic that poor child has no chance.
Remember, she is athletic though. You don't think she's they're going to any of her genes?
She
just water it down to where
they just need his height. That's it. They just need his height, and then let her genes do the rest of it. I mean, for real. He played. He was on the basketball team. He did cross country.
AJ in the Berg chimes in. Stroh got engaged? Incredible. Proof that without coordination or athletic ability, anything can happen.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, honestly, for all the men out there who might be thinking, man, I can't find the one. If Stroh can find the one, you can find the one.
And she is she's awesome.
She is.
It's not just some Stroh just got whoever. Stroh got someone awesome.
No, he's an ugly duckling. So for all you ugly ducklings out here that think you can't find something,
ugly. He's got no chest. He's got no muscles. He's got a pig heart.
Yeah, I mean, he's everything.
There's a lot of ticks against him.
He's everything that a woman would not want. But the one thing he has,
time out. Repeat that again.
He's everything a woman wouldn't want, except he has a great personality because he's very positive and he's funny. And that's all it is.
He is certainly both of those.
So for all you ugly men out there,
he's got confidence, even considering all that.
Y'all better watch some comedy specials, get a little personality, because that can take you far. Especially when you start getting older. These women, the older they get, they don't care about all the other stuff. They just want a good man. He's a good man.
He is a good man.
The older they get,
he's a good man. Yeah, the older you get, they said all the stuff you want in your early 20s, all the stuff these women want in their early 20s go out the door because they realize, you know what? All that stuff don't matter. A good man.
Is that why you waited till you were 35?
I waited for other reasons. I wanted to get everything out. I wanted to make sure I was right.
And David Strofe. Yes, Strofe really does have a pig heart. You guys joke about it a lot. Should we stop joking about that?
Well, he's the one who called himself Pig Heart. The kids used to joke and say he's Pig Heart Kid.
And he admitted to being stuffed in a locker in high school. So if you were stuffed in a locker in high school, you too can find love.
It's truly amazing that given a pig heart, lack of coordination, his diet,
ugly duckling,
he has the energy and the optimism he does.
Yeah, it's very true.
Maybe that's what you fell in love with, his eternal optimism.
Again, like I said, I couldn't do it. Somebody gets out of bed and says, yippity-doo-dah, yippity-day, let's have a great day, everybody.
He says he sings every morning in the shower. A cappella. Every morning.
I respect the glass half full.
I'd be like, shut your happy ass up.
No, I like folks who look at the life as glass half full.
I respect it, too.
Empty, I couldn't do. I couldn't be with somebody that just thinks life sucks.
Strofe is also known for walking around the office and singing. Like he was singing that song, Sunday morning, whatever that Maroon
Sunday morning, rain is falling.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I asked him, because he was singing another song, You Could Call Me Al, and he was singing that other song the other day. And I was like, where do you come up with these? How does these random songs? And he goes, Brad, I just wake up and they're rattling around in there. And I go,
bro, chill out.
Oh, my gosh.
Chill out.
You are just built different. And he sings in the shower. He brings all that positive energy here.
He does. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to his fiance. You're stuck with him, but it'll be happiness and smiles for the rest of their lives.
Lots of happiness.
I can't wait till their wedding. It's going to be a good one. So he could be the MVP of his own wedding.
He could actually be the MVP.
That's right. He tried to take that at mine, yet I didn't even see him the entire time. And then when I saw him at the end of my wedding, his shirt was untucked. It was tucked into his boxers. It wasn't. Yeah, I swear to God.
Well, he dropped his drawers or pants.
Correct, but that doesn't mean you need to then.
You ask somebody that uncoordinated to pull up their pants and tuck stuff in after they had it.
You should feel that. You should feel a shirt tucked into your boxers.
That's
different. Criminal.
You should have seen him with the pants. He felt like he was forced to do it. He saw everybody else do it. He said, well, guess I have to. I said, I'm going to step away from here.
Brad was long gone by the no pants dance.
I was.
Yeah, Lexi was pregnant at the time.
She was pregnant.
Yeah.
She was, and
Baby
a week
Will
later,
was,
Will came.
It was close.
It was close.
Look at life changing.
Every day.
Really
We're growing up, boys.
We are growing up.
What's next? What's next for KBN?
That is what's next.
Know.
Wow.
I want to know this, though. Strofe and his lady both work here. Is it just going to be a GKB party?
Oh, yeah. Be honest, did mine feel like a company party?
Well, when you know, see, the problem was
that's all you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you looked around,
it was a lot of people. There was a lot of people that weren't from GKB.
There was certainly the GKB pocket.
He put us at the GKB table, which was next to the other GKB table.
Yeah.
So what else am I supposed to think?
Where else was I supposed to put you with Frank Kaminsky?
Big Frank. What up, Big Frank? What up, Big Frank? I remember them games your son was going hammers.
He would have been so annoyed by that. He'd be like, "Who is this guy?"
Lil Kyle.
Little Kyle, you have an announcement?
No. I'm talking about the fact that he's Big Frank and I'm short.
What's next on this show? Actually, I got a couple things. But I'm going to give you guys a choice in the break. We're going to come back whatever Kyle and Brad think is the best. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach. Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Eastbound 94 backing up from 84th Street almost to Hawley Road. Eastbound, again, right through the stadium interchange, just a quick tap of the brakes. So westbound side's backed up from just before 35th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43, still kind of a heavy ride from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. That takes you all the way down to the KK River crossing. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, chance for afternoon rain, a high of 45. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another two-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at wisconsinindorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffel, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions. Or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Weather like this highlights how active your life can and should be. But if you have pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, then QC Kinetics is the place that you have to go in order to decrease that inflammation and get you pain-free living for the long term. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. What does that mean? It means they use cellular treatments on those areas that have pain to reduce inflammation, reduce pain, and give you long-term relief. Not short-term, but long-term. Non-surgical, natural, no drugs. Just activating your body's own healing power to make sure that you have no pain, and you can live life to the fullest. Free consultation, no obligation consultation is waiting for you on the other side of this phone call to QC Kinetics, which is right here in Greenfield and Mequon. Give them a call today, 414-240-2298, 414-240-2298, 414-240-2298.
This is the energy I want on the Carbless Talk and Text line. JD and Fondy's looking to buy an invite to Strope's wedding. Wow. I can't wait to put all this pressure on him and his fiance.
Oh, he's going to crack.
Oh, he's going to crack, and then she's going to be mad at him, and then she's going to be mad at me. I'm going to be pushing this.
You could auction off invites to Strouf's wedding, and you could have it go to Hart research.
Oh, for
full circle.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Or,
no more
or
pig hearts.
he might need that money.
He needs the money.
Or he needs the money.
Per
He
play.
needs the money.
We should do ticket giveaways.
Ticket giveaways.
Yeah. 800-990-3776.
We'll have to slow down. We got to work on that with EastWisconsinContest.com.
We're inviting people to his wedding.
Oh, we should. Absolutely should. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Chris Larson's in for Alex Strouf, who's recently engaged, hanging out in Florida. Now, I want to know what Brad thinks because he was out a while.
Almost week.
Well, for me, it was a week because I didn't see him on Friday.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
21 of 32 NFL teams have a new offensive coordinator this coming year.
Oh, yeah.
11 of them do not. The Packers are part of the do not. As of right now, no official roster out in terms of coaches and players and whatnot. But Adam Stenavich is assumed to be back for the Green Bay Packers. What say you, Brad?
Well, it's a red flag to me, guys. I don't want this to be some sort of Adam Stenavich, witch hunt. But the problem is, if we woke up on Sunday morning after the Packers lost to the Bears in that playoff game, there was question whether Matt LaFleur is going to be back, but you figured, well, if he's not going to be back, then certainly there's going to be some changes on the staff to keep the offense rolling, not blow leads, culture, all the things. And the only
Rich is still here too.
The only coaching changes that have occurred have been forced coaching changes. Hafley got a job, took some defensive staff with him. Sean Mannion got a job, the offensive coordinator of Philadelphia. And Stenavich and a lot of the guys that, let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of league interest for are still here. Stenavich had a couple of interviews, but there's not a really high demand for him elsewhere outside of Green Bay, so he reverts back to the offensive coordinator. To me, those are all red flags, and I think that we're going to be sitting here next offseason on February 16th, 2027, thinking to ourselves, you know what? Sean Mannion should have been the one who was upgraded to OC, protect him from going to Philadelphia, and Stenavich probably should have been the one to find a change of scenery because Matt LaFleur is a great offensive mind. There's no doubt about it, but status quo in Green Bay is what the focus is, to consistency and allowing this thing to just keep on moving forward. I think Matt LaFleur needs someone that has a different mind, a little different viewpoint on things. Everyone's gotten a little bit too comfortable. So when it comes to Stenavich being there, when there's so much turnover around the league, right? And some of it is new coaches and new openings. There's a lot of reasons why there's openings. But the league has said offense has to be dialed in. You got to have an OC that you like. And if you don't have them or there's turnover there, you got to be intentional about getting someone. The Packers haven't done that. And maybe Matt LaFleur feels like I'm enough with my offensive mind, but he needs help. Not to say that, he can't do it by himself, but if you're going to be a championship team, many minds in the same room is what you got to have. So to me, it's a red flag, and
I want to add to the conversation that you're from an offensive side and challenging after the blown leads in the second half that they had against the Bears and putting up 6 points. Missed extra point, I know. Luke Getsy, failed offensive coordinator, now back in Green Bay as a quarterback's coach. It's just another boring status quo and all the things we say, and it's just like, when are we going to be shocked? I guess Micah was the last time I was shocked that the Packers did something outside of the realm that we're used to them operating under.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the wheel keeps turning. Familiar faces, comfort, ties to the program. And I thought that was a moment where the Packers and Matt LaFleur could change things up, right? Okay, Stenavich is going to stay fine.
It wasn't, you didn't think wrong. They just didn't do it.
Right, and I thought that was the moment to bring in a new mind. And maybe clearly the Packers and Matt LaFleur want a level of comfort with who they're with, and maybe Jordan Love trusts him. Who knows what the reasons were, but the league changes so fast, and everyone's trying to find that margin, right, on how to get better. And it seems like the Packers just feel like they can just rewind the clock as opposed to try to move forward.
Well, when listening to Wilde and Tausch this morning, having this conversation 9 to noon across these various stations, I believe it was the best way to say it without, as Tausch would say, misquoting anybody, was that by bringing back Stenavich, they believe that with Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons, they had everything they needed in place to win a championship.
Yeah, my disappointment with this is that it is not that I don't think Stenavich can be decent is, can he be great? And when we talk about what other teams did, like you look at a team with the Chargers, who the Packers offense was more consistent than the Chargers offense, but the LA Chargers had Greg Roman. What they do, they moved on from him, they fired him, and they brought in somebody else. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers went 8-9, they didn't make the playoffs, and what did they do? They fired their offensive coordinator. Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions. Hell, what you just saw with the Broncos. What the Broncos did, exactly what you talked about with Sean Mannion, they felt like they had somebody else better in-house that could do the job at a higher level, had a higher ceiling, and they decided to fire their offensive coordinator and promote their quarterback coach in Davis Webb to being the offensive coordinator. Those are the type of moves that you have to take in order to constantly trying to get better. You cannot stay stagnant. You cannot be okay with status quo, and that is a knock that Matt LaFleur has, is that loyalty is important in sports, but loyalty can also get you fired. And when you have too much loyalty to somebody, not only are you hurting your team, you're hurting your future as a coach of this franchise. And so I think it was a risk bringing Steno back. Now, we're not in the locker room. We don't know everything that happens when it comes to game planning, but we saw in moments it just felt like Matt LaFleur was by himself. He couldn't depend on anybody. In the second half, where the Packers just couldn't get going on like the first 3 or 4 drives in the third quarter.
4 punts in a row. So
where is the offensive coordinator at to say, hey, man, I saw this from the booth. Maybe you want to try doing this, or hey, maybe we should try this quick pass. Where is that extra mind at? I just feel like the guy's going at it by himself, when in reality, you're supposed to have a team around you that you can trust, that can try to find something to be able to break through that. You have Jordan Love as your quarterback. You have pretty decent wide receivers who are threats when they get the ball in their hand. Christian Watson's extremely athletic. You saw what Matthew Golden can be. Romeo Doubs can find a way to get open, and the backers just could not do it.
Hey, I'm seeing from the booth, they're bringing a ton of pressure, maybe something quick, get some blockers out in front.
Need a committee out there.
And then these other places, you always hear about the Rams, and the Rams had, brilliant minds around them. San Francisco, they talk about all these brilliant minds around these guys on the offensive staff. Where are those brilliant minds around Matt LaFleur? That's exactly what he needs. Nobody can do this by themselves.
And not to mention from a Stenavich standpoint, because we're talking about how 21 of the 32 teams have new offensive coordinators in the NFL. It's not like Stenavich was standing by his phone because it was ringing nonstop for interviews this offseason.
I don't think, did he get one this offseason?
He got one with the Titans.
Oh, that's right. And last year he had one with at least Seattle.
And that's Saleh, right? Matt LaFleur's dude. So I just think you look at it, and all the reasons you just said, Kyle, you're exactly right, from schematics and mind and game planning. So I'm not going to rehash that. But even keeping everything status quo after what happened to the Packers seasons, it's almost anti-NFL. Almost always in the NFL, something happens like what the Packers happened, like a collapse in the postseason. You didn't get to the final goal, 7th seed, wild card, early exit, and you lose to your rival. Almost always, right or wrong, there's like a pound of flesh that needs, like, somebody needs to pay. Somebody needs to be punished. At a minimum, is it always fair? No, but it's messaging. It's somebody saying what happened cannot happen. And there needs to be legitimate consequences if this were to happen again. And we see it right here. That's one of the greatest forces in the NFL locker room.
Messaging
is always the threat of losing your job with bad performance.
Meanwhile, I think the Packers probably feel validated because, in a way, they're seeing pieces from their staff go places for opportunities.
Right.
So why would we change anything when what we have is getting people opportunities to move up?
Listen, your team was 15th in total offense. I understand you had injuries, but guess what? Some of those guys that were injured on the offensive line, or the issues that you had on the offensive line, you don't know those are going to be solved. So you need to have as much creativity in the room that can maybe put a Band-Aid or disguise some of the issues you may have going into 2026, 2027 season, where you don't know if you're going to have a consistent or good offensive line. That's the importance of that. How do you get better? How do you find a way to compensate for the weaknesses that you have on your offense? The Packers failed at doing that this past season, and that's why the offense regressed.
Well, we'll continue to see what is in the future with what we know that the Packers have, because it's a lot of the same. But what will be different, we're going to find out together. Coming up next, Chris Larson's in for Alex Strofe. I think it's until we get a real wheel, I have to retire the wheel of Strofe. So it's
what did we do with the wheel? Oh, there it is. He doesn't want to put it together. What we need to figure out? Are we going to order another one?
And he's like, we might be creating a new segment. Well, guess what? Do something about it, Strofe.
He's going to create a new segment every 8 months.
Probably. I think he's been here 2 years. We've had 2 different Alex Strofe segments. What was the first one?
Becoming Relevant.
Becoming Relevant with Mr. Relevant and Wheel of Strofe, and now we're going to have a new one?
Wow. That's a lot of rebranding.
Well, he saw the wheel, and he had an idea. And so it wasn't like he was like thinking. It was like, oh, look at this wheel. Let's try spinning it. And then he stopped riding on the wheel. The wheel of Strofe had been dying since he decided not to ride on it anymore.
Yeah.
And just did colors.
Yeah.
He got lazy. It was during the football season.
Status quo.
Mm-hmm. Well, I ain't firing Strofe now. I can't fire the man on his day off. That'd be bogus.
Chris Larson, you're going to run the next segment. You can label it and do whatever you want. You know what? It's probably going to be better than anything Strofe's done. So, Chris, whatever you got next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
He's a good guy. I couldn't believe y'all lost to TCU.
Yeah, you and me both. Rough.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Slowing down on 41 southbound between Silver Spring and Capitol Drive. You're back on the brakes just south of Greenfield Avenue on the bypass, all the way down to the Hale Interchange. As a matter of fact, as you swing eastbound on 894, you're going to see more delays all the way over to about 51st Street. We got southbound 43 backing up from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. After that, it kind of opens up. You're good to go all the way down into the Mitchell Interchange. If you're heading to the airport, that's good news for you. Westbound 94 backing up from about 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, 84th Street to Hawley Road, and again, coming out of the Stadium Interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a chance for afternoon rain, a high of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Big news from Carbless, a fan favorite and one of my favorites. Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack, crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, you can break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. I spent years on the mound giving everything I had, and now I feel every inning in my knees, back, and shoulders. But I didn't want surgery, and I sure didn't want to be sidelined. That's why I turned to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Christie and his team use regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No surgery, no meds, and no downtime.
Whether you're teeing off at the club or chasing the grandkids around, QC Kinetics helps you get back to doing what you love.
Call QC Kinetics now and schedule your free consultation. Natural joint pain relief with real results.
Don't let the pain slow you down. I didn't, and neither should you. My friends at QC Kinetics, they'll take care of you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, if you're looking to upgrade your house? I have the perfect upgrade with windows from Universal Windows Direct. I'm telling y'all this right now. Yes, the weather was colder, but guess what? Inside my house, it was cozy and comfortable because of the dope windows that I have. I love my windows because I can, pull them up, pull them down. They're so comfortable. They're so efficient, and that's what I love. They keep my bill low right now. And with Universal Windows Direct, you can buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Yep, that's a real deal, and there's no limit. Plus, you can get 0% interest for 36 months. You don't pay a penny in interest for 3 whole years. Plus, they'll give you additional $500 off your home improvement project when you schedule in the month of February. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Buy 2, get 2. 0% financing for 3 years and $500 off your next home improvement project. I'm telling you, you'll be saying just like me, I love my Universal Windows Direct.
No Alex Strofe, so we're going to see if Chris Larson's able to put together something that's better than anything he's done, and that's going to be easy.
All right, guys, some quick hitters from over the weekend here. Actually, one just came out today that we're going to hit on. That's Tyreek Hill. The Miami Dolphins moving on from the star wide receiver announced by the team today. Comes ahead of his contract guarantees to take effect this season. He had a devastating season-ending knee injury in September. He expected to miss much of the offseason and recovery. So Hill's extension is going to last all the offseason. It's worth $90 million. Final cap hit of $52 million.
Damn! Jeff Hafley's taking a $50K cap hit?
Yeah, $52 million cap hit, correct. Woo! Is this a guy you can maybe see on the Packers? One on the
Hell
Packers?
no!
Maybe going after free agents like this?
Tyreek Hill?
There's no way. Is it his agent Rosenhaus?
Do we understand character matters in Green Bay?
1 million.
They didn't want to take Randy Moss because of the mooning, and he was a legitimate player.
We did have to talk about Gutey going outside the box.
No, don't go outside the box.
McManus, the text line would light up over him.
Brandon McManus, he beat his case.
I know. I'm just saying, even though proven
Tyreek Hill beat something else. Not even playing around. So that's why
and his kid.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill is a terrible human
being. He would never find himself in Green Bay. That's. You said thinking out of the box? No.
Even if Tyreek Hill rewound the clock a couple of years to being that good, I still think even then, this is the kind of guy that the Packers just take off their board. Yeah. Like, I don't care how good he is.
No, he got taken off a board coming out of college because of his issues.
And it's only gotten worse.
No, thank you. I'd rather lose with a roster with, dignity than win with somebody who is bad character.
There are
and also, he's built off speed, and after that injury, I don't know if he's going to be what he was.
We'll see.
No, thank you.
I'll pass on that 30-year-old.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to some college basketball over the weekend. A big upset as Texas Tech came back to beat Arizona in overtime down in Tucson. And there's a viral video on social media after the game appearing. You have a Red Raider or a Arizona Wildcats fan slash the tires of the Red Raiders bus.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently the video, they showed the Texas Tech bus before painting down to the tire where an unknown person used a knife to cut into the tire. The Red Raiders are still in the Phoenix area. They're scheduled to play Arizona State on Tuesday. And this is mainly for Brad and for Ben. As former professional athletes, have you guys ever had a run-in with a disgruntled fan or something that happened to your guys' team bus or something to the team in general going after a game like that? There was upset against something?
Well, no tires ever slashed or anything like that. The one thing that I do remember when we played at Seattle one time, this was regular season, not the playoff game.
Is this when they said, you suck and your wife's hot?
That was in New York. That was the New York Giants. That's a very memorable heckling.
That's not heckling.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Compliment.
Yeah.
I believe it was 2014, maybe 2015. Either way, 3 a.m., pulled the fire alarm. Everyone had to get out, go on the street.
Oh, you think it was purposeful?
What's that?
Do you think it's purposeful?
Oh, yeah. It was a fan. It was
That's smart.
A crazy Seattle fan. Figured out where we were staying. Pulled the fire alarm, 3 a.m. We had to go down there, all the way back up.
Did you win or lose?
We won. We won. It was the first time we got the Panthers got over the Legion of Boom hump.
The only thing that I can think of that no fan did, but it freaked me the bleep out, was we were in Anaheim before we played Arizona in the Elite Eight, before going to the Final Four.
Oh, Arizona fan.
There was like a 7.1 like earthquake.
Oh, wow, that's a big one.
Really? What was
Maybe I'm making it up. I don't know how much it was, but
did you feel it?
I was on like the 20th floor, and I ran down the stairs so fast, and apparently that's not what you're supposed to do. But I'm like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to do? I'm supposed to just sit up on the 20th floor while the building shakes?
Earthquake is crazy when you think about it.
Crazy.
The earth is shaking. I mean, literally, it's shaking. The whole earth.
Very uneasy feeling. Very uneasy feeling.
That would probably be among the most
frightening
and powerless moments of your life, because you can't do anything about it. You're stuck there.
Yeah, that is crazy. Just the ground just moving and stuff is shaking the building. I'd be so nervous.
I didn't like that. Could you imagine being on the 20th floor of a hotel?
It's over.
I thought it was done.
Yeah.
So I started running down the stairwell, and I got outside.
What year was this?
2014. I can find the
were
date.
things like shaking on the table, like cups and stuff?
Oh, we were watching TV. The mirrors were shaking behind us. The TV was shaking.
Whoa.
California earthquake. This would have been in March. Anaheim, 2014.
Wisconsin wins game of the tournament. It had it all. An earthquake registering
5.1.
Yeah, a little lighter.
Man, could you imagine?
But still, I mean,
rides at Disneyland were shut down.
Yeah, I ain't never been in one.
Could you imagine
$10.8 million in damage?
If that's what a 5.1 could feel like, imagine like what an 8.1 is, like a 9.1. That's crazy.
And you know what's scary is what a tsunami is,
dude. That's probably the worst.
Jonathan Brust, you were in Anaheim during this earthquake. Can you recall anything?
Dude, that's why I'm calling in. You're really good at embellishing stories. It was not 7.1. It was 5.1. The ground barely shook. Nothing was falling off the tables. But come on, dude.
Oh, Mr. Tough Guy all of a sudden. I heard you. I was with Frank Kaminsky's dad, who you were with at dinner, said you were freaking out more than anybody this weekend. We talked about this.
That's not true. That is not true. I was dancing with two 80-year-old ladies, and they all thought I was shaking their table.
Whoa. You were dancing with two 80-year-old ladies?
Oh, you don't discriminate.
You're a married man.
You know, I'm the ladies' man. Yeah, you know, older ladies need some love, too.
Ain't that the truth?
The lover.
A 5.2 earthquake is considered moderate, strong enough to be felt by many, but typically not powerful enough to cause widespread destruction.
Well, when you're a Midwesterner, it feels like a 7.1. How about that?
Bro, listen, if we just started randomly shaking here, I'd start grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care if
Imagine
it's
being
1.1,
20 floors up and things are shaking.
Yeah, no, I would have freaked out too. Ain't my
He was
cup
on the
of tea.
ground. I was in a hotel.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's why I'm glad to live here. The worst we get is snow. Snow.
true.
I was
Tornadoes?
Say snow
You
ain't never
get tornadoes, too.
We don't get tornadoes in Milwaukee.
You get them out in the western areas.
I don't live out in Dodge County and Walworth County. I live in Milwaukee
Ozaki County sometimes pops up on there.
I ain't never hear none of that.
The lake saves everybody in the Milwaukee County, Waukesha area. The lake saves everybody.
What does
from
the
that
lake
tornado.
do?
Keeps temperatures moderate. Because it's a stark change in temperature that starts.
Because they said tornadoes can't go over water, but they but they have the little tornadoes in the water.
Yeah,
So
water
it's like
spouts.
Ooh, that's crazy. Weather was wild.
Weather is wild.
It is.
Weather is the lowest common denominator of conversation.
It is, but it is crazy. You can have feet of snow, or you can have a tornado, or you can have earthquakes. You can have a damn.
Guess what I've been using on
hurricane.
emails
Hurricanes
today?
are crazy.
Yeah, hurricanes suck up water and dump it. I didn't until I got almost
That's
caught.
true.
Yeah, I didn't know what a hurricane was, and you think it's cool until you almost get stuck in a hurricane. I was like, y'all gotta get me the hell up out of here.
My emails today consisted of, hope you've enjoyed this Midwest heat wave.
Yeah. It is nice. When does this end?
It does feel nice though.
It did feel nice.
Nice.
Took a walk yesterday.
I have on short sleeves today.
Yeah, showing off those pew-pews.
Guns.
Yeah, y'all gonna make me get. All right, I'm gonna start having to take some supplements to get buff. Here.
Yeah.
Just lift weights.
I'm a little pudgy right now.
I was gonna say,
I ate good this weekend.
when you lean over, like when you were talking earlier, I looked on YouTube, like, oh no.
When I stand up straight, it's
You're
decent.
good. Yeah, you might want to stay
broad
standing.
chest.
Yeah. I got good shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to
Looks
firm out
pretty good,
everything.
Kyle.
You know,
Yeah, just stay standing.
I was
Otherwise, you're
handsome
scaring
today.
people.
I looked in the mirror today and I said,
All right.
I
Brian
ain't my
Balaga,
Maroon and navy
Super
blue
Bowl
looks pretty
champ.
sharp.
Woo,
He's actually handsome and fit. He joins us next.
and rich.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
DKB, they get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half-an-hour boo-boo. If I need to do that, they need to allow me to do that.
That's your whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
At Associated Bank, we know running a business is tough enough, so our business is making your business banking easy. That's why we make sure it speaks your language. Business and consumer-linked accounts? How about all your banking all in one place with one login account? $50 overdraft grace zone? Think of it as a I never said I was a CFO grace zone. And maintenance fee-free account? Well, free is always good. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 15 retired in honor of Butch Lee. He finished in 78, and the number retired the next season. It's hard to believe that any player could ever equal what Butch Lee did at Marquette. Part of the national championship team in 77, and the Final Four MVP, and the next season, the consensus National Player of the Year. So much success, it's not necessary to bring up any statistics. Number 15, Butch Lee, did everything.
Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, our experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. today to get started. 262-783-6161.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Tracy Lawrence for the U.S. Air Force.
We all have tough choices we have to make. Life just works that way. I remember when I was getting ready to move to Nashville to pursue my dream, I packed my 10-year-old Toyota Corolla with 250,000 miles on it and hit the road. It was a tough choice, but the right one for me. If I decided to take what seemed like an easier road, I never would have achieved my dream. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Brian Bulaga joining us here on Kyle Bruston Nortman before the Homer Hour. Brian, what's going on?
Not much. How we doing, guys?
Doing good. We learned that Brad, when playing for the Panthers, had a crazy Seattle Seahawks fan when he was on the road. pull the fire alarm at 3 a.m. to make them evacuate the building. Was there anything that happened to you where a fan disrupted anything to try and get in the way of the Green Bay Packers getting a win with you?
I don't recall anything like that happening. I mean,
prank phone calls, maybe to Rodgers, but not you.
No, not to me. I was small potatoes. I mean, can't really rattle a guy that has very small role in the big scheme of the.
It's not a small role. We spent a lot of time worrying about what this offensive line is going to look like in 2026 now.
If yours is small, I don't know what mine is, Brian.
It's all 5. See, we talk about the line as that's all 5. That was just one part of the 5. So, like, it's just, it's small potatoes if you're going to try to rattle somebody.
It is a tough job to be an offensive lineman because you get highlighted only when you typically do bad things with a penalty.
You know how exhausting it has to be, Brian? Y'all got to be in such good conditioning. Every single play you have to fight. Like at corner, sometimes you do something, sometimes you don't. At safety, sometimes you do something, sometimes you don't. Offensive line, if you got a 14-play drive, you got to fight with somebody every single snap.
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
That's football.
It's the only position besides the quarterback that doesn't get subbed. That's just, that's the truth. And obviously, punters and kickers, they play their.
They get there 7 times on the field.
They're eating. What are you? Your sunflower seeds, putting greens around. The locker room.
Crossing my leg, watching with the Gatorade cup, saying, "Good job, Brian Balaga out there. You guys are working hard."
Yeah, and yes, it's greatly appreciated the encouragement. But,
I mean, let's be honest. There's no way that an offensive lineman could really connect with a specialist.
Ooh, Brian.
Well, yeah, of course.
See,
golfing?
Maybe it was just
golfing.
Maybe it was just the teams I was a part of. But Brian, there's a little bit of a kindred spirits going on between specialists and O-linemen. I felt like it was always a good connection. Now, I was friends with everyone on the team, but there are certain position groups where I don't know, it's just you clicked a little bit better.
Yeah, I think part of it is offensive linemen being. You obviously said, we're fighting every play, terribly envious of punters and kickers and the specialists in their job, right? And what they get to do during practice. And maybe I think it's the specialists maybe feeling bad for the linemen, right? Like, man, this really sucks for these guys. And then it's kind of then they watch what happens on PAT field goals. We just get completely trucked and run over and run.
Good point.
And just see the linemen bodies get mangled and thrown into each other, and it hurts really bad. And it's man, I actually feel kind of bad for these guys. I think it's a mutual, we're envious and they feel bad. So there's going to be a good working relationship there for sure.
Brian, it's funny you say that because I remember every fall camp, everyone walks in the door pretty fresh. It took me about 3 to 4, actually right after the pads came on, after, there's already level of conditioning, pads came on, where I just looked at particularly O linemen, but O, D line, and I'm just I am so glad I'm a punter. I literally was I can't imagine doing what they're doing. At what point in fall camp did you look over at the specialist with a little bit of anger in your heart?
It normally happened it was always after the first week of pads. It was always after the first week. It's you know what? And then you'd go in and, I always
first
say,
in the cold tub.
Yeah, but I mean, during practice, you go in for a quick bathroom break during periods, and Mason and the guys would be playing, football golf, where they'd be punting and kicking into greens they set up on in the indoor, and this is aiming practice, and you're man, this would be really nice right now. This would be a really good time. Play some golf, but I'm still doing my job technically. And you get a little just, you ask them, hey man, how you feeling today? And they always say, I feel good. It's oh yeah.
What's the worst part of the off season? Or the off season? The off season programming before you're,
The worst, I really dislike OTAs. I always did them. I always participated. And because obviously there's bonuses tied to them and things like that. So you're going to collect your,
didn't Jair not bonus. Show up for $500K one time?
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I would certainly take that. It's just, like, I think I liked it for working, like kicking rust off and getting fundamentals back and feeling good. But some guys took them to another extreme. Like they were going to say D lineman would break the sack record in OTAs. And that's exactly how hard they went. And you're just sitting here, you're like, come on, man, we're in a helmet. And you're going a million miles an hour. This isn't what this is for. This is like technique and assignment. It's not for physicality and brutality right now. Like that's not the case. And then that was the only thing that I disliked about the offseason program was that part of the OTA.
Coming up next, actually, is a special Homer Hour. We're going to have Gabe Neitzel in for Homer. I'm sure you're aware, Brian?
I am aware. Looking forward to it.
Gabe and Brian, you've heard, I'm sure, pre-games for Green Bay game day across ESPN Wisconsin, 620 WTMJ. So, Brian, we appreciate the time. We have a long off season, so I love story time. Thank you for that for me.
No problem.
I'm sure there's a lot more where that came from, but we'll dive deeper with Brian on Thursday. But for Kyle, Brust, and Ortman, and a newly engaged Alex Strofe.
Hall of Famer here, Brad Nortman.
Brookfield Hall of Famer. Brookfield Central, Brad Nortman. Homer Hour's up next. We'll talk to you tomorrow.